No, they're on their line. They have 2 seniors, but they're pretty. I cannot hear them now. No, I mean I can hear you, not through the mic though, or the headphones. You want to put it on, Mark?
Hear me now?
I can hear you now.
You can hear me now? Okay.
Yep, a little bit better. Yep.
Yeah. Hear me okay?
Yeah, I think it's good.
Okay.
Sweet.
Good, Mark? Testing?
Testing.
Good.
Welcome to the campus of Foxcroft Academy. I'm Charles Beal alongside my co-host Chris Lesner, and we are finally going to experience high school football in the summer. Chris, how are you feeling about this matchup between two state championship appearances, Foxcroft Academy Ponies and the Hermon Hawks?
Two powerhouse teams meeting up here in week one. You got two defending North champions from last year. Of course, Foxcroft was in Class D, Hermon in Class C. They both went to a state title game last year. And what they built at Hermon and Foxcroft, and then for them to meet a year after being in a state title game and a season opener is just unbelievable.
It is. And Foxcroft Academy making the move from Class D football, where they made a state championship appearance against Wells last season, all the way up to Class C. And Hermon coming off a Class C state championship appearance. There is no North and South this year. That was a change the MPA made. Chris, give me your thoughts on that.
Well, I mean, some coaches like it, some don't. It's going to create some interesting matchups here in the regular season and down the line in the playoffs. You've eliminated that North and South, so it's all one class now. So a team like Hermon, they got to come on the road to play Foxcroft. Next week, they got to play Wells, the defending Class D state champions. So
there's a lot of travel involved in it, especially when you eliminate the North and South. Going into the strengths of each team, Chris, what do you expect tonight out of the Foxcroft Academy Ponies?
Got a lot of skilled guys back. New quarterback. He'll have to adjust. This will be his first start here tonight, and that is number 4, I believe, on the roster.
15.
15, sorry. Wow, I was way off on that one, huh? Evan Seavey.
Yep.
Seavey's a well-known name up here. His brother played here at Foxcroft Academy, has great success. I think, both of these teams play the same kind of style. They want to run the ball. They want to try to get the ball out in spaces to some of their skill guys. Sure. And they both have solid offensive and defensive lines, even though Foxcroft, they're replacing a lot of people on their lines. Talk about that a little bit.
Yeah, so Foxcroft is replacing arguably one of the best linemen in the state last year in Thomas Day. He's out with a surgery on his shoulder from last season. So they return a couple of key guys in Aiden Bryant, who is one of the more undersized linemen, but one of the better linemen in the northern part of the state. And they have two guys starting today that have zero varsity experience. At center, they have Jaden Hack, a sophomore, and then at left tackle, Lucian Pearl, both of them making their first career starts in the line. So that's going to be interesting to look at that matchup, the Foxcroft Academy offensive line versus a pretty battle-tested front seven from Hermon, who returns a lot of their players, and the Hermon offensive line as well. They have 4 all-conference guys from a season ago back on their offensive line. So the strength of the Hermon Hawks team is arguably their offensive line. So look for them to really lean on that as the game gets going.
And then the skill guys for Foxcroft that you're going to hear about a lot tonight. Finn Holmes, Landon Smith at running back as well. And you talk about a guy that can really break a game, Lucas Sands. In the open field.
It's almost an embarrassment of riches that they have coming back at every skill. Probably the most experienced backfield in the entire state. You got a 4-year starter in Finn Holmes that played and won in a state championship game as a freshman, and then Landon Smith as well. So a lot of experience. Landon last year is a workhorse, as you mentioned earlier. So the backfield has a lot of experience coming back, and the receiving room also has a lot of experience coming back.
Yeah, and on the Hermon side, you might have touched on it a little bit. They got some skill guys coming back as well. Ethan Curtis is their quarterback. He played last season. And as we talked to Coach Gallant in the pregame, said a lot of his skill guys are back. I expect this to be a fantastic game.
Yeah. And some of the skill guys, he's high on sophomore Griffin Dutton, who was a starter as a freshman last year. Sam Hopkins, a junior, is an all-conference offensive utility guy coming back. Dylan Yo shared carries with an all-conference guy last year, running back. And Ethan Curtis coming back really helps him out on offense for Hermon.
Yeah, Griffin Dutton, I wanted to touch on this for a second. I was at a game last year, Hermon at Hamden.
Yep.
And Coach Gallant has so much. He's not the biggest side kid, okay? He pointed to Dutton to come into the game. He caught the game-winning touchdown pass. I mean, the kid is solid.
Yeah, fearless at that as a freshman.
As a freshman, exactly. So having him back and having their quarterback and their strong lines on both sides of the ball should be fare well for the Hawks this year.
And those are the keys to the games for our Friday night matchup between the Foxcroft Academy Ponies and the Hermon Hawks.
And I want to tell you about some of the sponsors that make this free and available to everybody at home. Hammond Lumber is our presenting sponsor. They're a 4th-generation family-owned company with over 900 dedicated employees across 22 locations in Maine and New Hampshire. A trusted Maine building supply, service, and materials company serving industry since 1953. Are you hungry? Governors has you covered. Breakfast before the game, lunch at halftime, dinner after the buzzer and dessert anytime. Dine in, grab it to go, or get it delivered with DoorDash or Uber Eats. Visit governorsrestaurant.com. Maine fans fuel up at Governors. Black Bear Crane is a family-owned and operated crane and ringer service provider located in Hermon, covering the state of Maine with cranes from 27 to 240 tons. From roof trusses, HVAC units, steel and precast erection to modular home and communications equipment, give them a call at 977-BEAR today. And are you hungry for seafood? Anglers has you covered. Fried clams, haddock, lobster rolls, and all your Maine favorites. Dine in or call ahead for easy takeout. Visit anglerseafoodrestaurant.com. Maine fans know it's always Anglers time. I'm going to take a break. We'll be right back.
And then we're just going right into the
and enjoy tonight's high school football game. Let's welcome the visiting Hermon Hawks to Oaks Field.
Welcome back to the campus of Foxcroft Academy, and I am going to turn it over to the legendary Toby Nelson as he does the pregame introductions.
Jason Largy, Connor Patton, Trevor Smith, and Ryan Waiting. And now let's meet the starting offensive 11 for the Foxcroft Academy Ponies. At center, sophomore, number 57, Jaden Heck. At the left guard, a senior, number 54, Aiden Bryant. At right guard, a junior, number 64, Stephen Lee. At left tackle, a sophomore, number 56, Lucian Pearl. At right tackle, a senior, number 52, Cameron Round. At one wide receiver, a senior, number 11, Lucas Sands. At the other wide receiver, a junior, number 4, Aiden Sickler. At slot back for the Ponies, senior captain, number 3, Aiden Harvey. At one running back, a senior, number 25, and captain, Landon Smith. At the other running back, senior captain, number 22, Ben Holmes. And quarterback of the Ponies, junior, number 15, Aaron Seeley. Foxcroft Academy is coached by Jamie Love. He's assisted by Gary Irving, Mike Niles, Chris McGill, Ryan Taylor, Austin Seeley, Willie Martin, and DJ Shield. For tonight's game on October 5th, the Maine football community lost one of the greatest members in head coach John Wolfram. After earning 2 degrees in playing football, he graduated from the University of Maine in 1972, and from there went on to teach and coach for over 50 50 years in communities of Madison, Gardner, South Portland, and Sheriff's High School. Coach Wolfram also spent time coaching at the college level at Bowdoin College. As the winningest coach in the Maine football history, his teams won 10 state titles in his brilliant career. His overall record was 309, 92, and 1 as head coach. He's the namesake of the annual award given to the Coach of the Year, presented by the Maine Principals Association. He was also very active in mentoring others, and most recently served as the president of the Howard Vandersea Maine chapter of the National Football Foundation. More than anything, he was a tremendous family man, as he was married to his high school sweetheart, a dean, for 58 years. Coach was proud of his daughter, his 2 sons, and his daughter-in-laws, and also absolutely adored his 6 grandchildren. Coach Wolfram will be missed greatly, and his influence on Maine high school football will last forever. He was always quick to remind his teams to prepare, execute, and compete at a championship level. On this, the first week of the 2025 high school football season, the Maine Football Coaches Association, the Howard Vandersea Maine chapter of the National Football Foundation, and the football playing schools across Maine invite you to take a statewide moment of silence to celebrate Coach Wolfram. We do so both to honor him and his family, and to remind us all to celebrate Coach Wolfram's many messages. We hope you'll attack this season and those in the future at a championship level. We ask that you all remain standing as Foxcroft Academy assistant coach Mike Niles will sing the national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Welcome back to the campus of Foxcroft Academy. Again, I'm Charles Beal alongside Chris Lesner. Cameraman today is Colton Coro, and the producer is Mark Cownan.
Yeah, we're going to tell you about all of our sponsors. You've heard me read a few there before the break and saw the rest of them there in the commercials. I want to thank all the sponsors: Hammond Lumber Company, Rowell's Garage and Car Wash, Earrings Brothers Meats, Governor's Restaurant, Angler's Restaurant, Gordon Contracting Incorporated, Slugger's Training Facility, Black Bear Crane, Ideal Energy Solutions, Millside Fitness LLC, Jamie Gilbert, Associate Broker with Next Home Experience, and Roundy's Paving. Thank you to all those sponsors. And boy, I know you said, it's still summer, but, high school football to me, even though it's not the official end, it's the end of the summer. Ready for football.
It marks a special season in our country and in the state of Maine, and specifically in this community of Dover Foxcroft, where the community really rallies around their football team here. And good segue into the program at Foxcroft Academy. Danny White in his 17th season, he has 3 gold balls, 8 Northern Maine championships. And what are your thoughts on the program, not just that he's built, that has been here for such a long time?
Yeah, he's been a mentor to a lot of these kids. It's something that they're never going to forget, playing for Coach White in this program. And I'm just excited to see what the Ponies have here tonight and what the Hawks have on the other side.
And let's go over to Coach Gallant, a very young program in the state of Maine, Hermon Hawks, done such a wonderful job last year getting to a state championship game, seemingly getting over that hump. They had been competitive in Class C North, and last year getting to the state championship game. He's done such a wonderful job with that program, building the numbers up, building support from the community, and what a opener. Foxcroft Academy and the Hermon Hawks, especially with the histories. Just excited for football at the end of the summer.
See both teams out on the field getting fired up. Hermon did win the coin toss. They elected to receive the ball, so the Hawks will have the ball first here tonight. And maybe tell me about a kid that transferred here from Central High School to play football for the Ponies.
So for Foxcroft Academy, he's a starter on offense, I believe the right tackle and a defensive end. Cameron Rounds, I believe originally from California. The coaches are high on him, very high, especially with the loss of Thomas Day on the offensive line. They are thrilled about him choosing to come to Foxcroft to play football, and according to all the coaches, as talented as they come in Class C. And also for the Hermon Hawks, their offense returns a lot of guys before we get to the kickoff. On the offensive line, just want to give a shout-out to these guys. From left to right, at left tackle, a senior, number 66, Jacob Merzen. He's an all-conference returner. At left guard, another all-conference returner, another senior, number 57, Justin Largay, who will also, when they go to the tee, he'll go to fullback. They'll take him off the line and put him to fullback. He's a very talented player. At center, a junior, number 56, Hunter McDonald, another returning all-conference guy for the Hawks. At right guard, another junior, number 60, Tyler Slate, another returning all-conference guy for the Hawks. And at right tackle, a senior, number 70, Jacob Holbert.
A lot of good names coming back for the Hawks, that's for sure. They should be strong as well, and we're getting ready for the kickoff here. And it's going to be number 3 for the Ponies. That's Aiden Harvey, who does a lot of nice things for this Foxcroft team as well, kicking off.
The ultimate utility guy. He's a kicker. He's a slot receiver. He's an outside linebacker. And the Foxcroft Academy Ponies, donning their maroon jerseys, will be kicking from your right to left. And
looks
Chris,
like back deep for the Hawks. We got Sam Hopkins, and I cannot see the number on the far side.
Number 2, Griffin Dutton, and it's going to be a squib kick by Aiden Harvey, picked up by Hopkins, who's going to take it on the right side. Has a lane there, gets it to the 43-yard line. A good opening kickoff return for Hopkins and the Hermon Hawks. So here comes the Hermon Hawks offense, led by their junior quarterback, number 5, Ethan Curtis, who has played each of the last 2 seasons for the Hawks.
Yeah, it's a very solid quarterback. One of the things in the past too that Coach Glantz talked about is limit mistakes. You got to limit mistakes against a team like Foxcroft.
And it'll be interesting to see if they come out in the T formation, and they will. That was a conversation of topic before the game, whether Hermon would come out in their spread or the T. And in the backfield, we have number 14, the running back, Dylan Yao. Number 16, Sam Hopkins with the off tackle on the left side there for a very minimal gain. Good push by that Foxcroft Academy front right there off the left side of the Hermon Hawks offensive line.
Picked up about a yard maybe. Maybe no gain.
And again, the Foxcroft Academy, and that was big. Lucian Pearl right there making his first start at the right side defensive tackle for the Foxcroft Academy Ponies, replacing senior all-conference player Jackson Zimmerman last year. It's
talked
big
about the roles that they have to fill, and that's Pearl's and a guy you mentioned earlier in the broadcast.
Coming out in the tee again, double tight end set, middle of the field at the 43-yard line. Curtis under center. Is going to hand off to
Hopkins maybe?
Dylan Yao on the right side, and that's a gain of 3. It's going to be 3rd and medium here for the Hermon Hawks. It'll be, I think they're going to go in here with their spread offense. You see Griffin Dutton, number 2, coming in. And you heard Coach Gallant before the game very high on Griffin Dutton, just a sophomore.
Yep. Again, I mentioned him. He had a pointed to him at the bench in Hamden last year, and that kid, he might not have the best size, but I tell you what, he's got the guts. He came into that game and caught the game-winning touchdown pass. Also
caught a touchdown last week, their first touchdown in the exhibition game against Bangor High School. So we have a 3rd and 6 here. Big, crucial moment on the first drive for the Hermon Hawks. Shotgun. Doubles to each side. 3-step drop. Fires to the flat. Good coverage by the Ponies, and great as Aiden Harvey in the flats. Curtis from the far hash was looking for a hitch route, and great coverage here. Foxcroft Academy runs a really staunch 4-4 defense where they do cover 3, where the outside linebacker is is responsible for the flats. And right there, Aiden Harvey doing a great job getting out there and defending that pass.
Gonna have to punt now here for the Hawks. Dutton's gonna punt. Got Harvey and Landon Smith, another big player for the Ponies, back on this punt return.
And it's going to be a fake. Gutton's going to take it. You have Tyler Wing right there pushing him out of bounds, and you're right, he does have it.
What a call by Coach Gallant early in this game.
So, and it is interesting, on the starting lineup, Coach Gallant has number 12, Ethan Garner, a freshman, doing the punting duties. And right there, as you mentioned, it was Griffin Dutton lining as a punter. So maybe that was always going to be a called play. Very gutsy call by Kyle Gallant, rolling the dice early here and at Foxcroft Academy.
Some of these surprise plays might be what you have to do to try to pull this game off tonight for Hermon. Again, you got to limit your mistakes, but what a call by Coach Gallant early in this game.
Last year, it was a stalwart game in Hermon, 0-0, I believe, at the half. Foxcroft Academy eventually pulling that game out, 17-0. And this is going to be to Hopkins on the left side. He's going to try to get the corner. It's a good cut. I believe, though, they're going to call a hold up front. There's a flag in the backfield after an 8-yard gain by Sam Hopkins. I believe it's going to be holding.
66 with a hold, I think. Yeah, so that's going to back him up there. That's a bad penalty there after picking up the first down on the fake punt. Don't move him back 10 yards. So.
And, Chris, when you run the T, like Hermon likes to do, at least against Foxcroft Academy here, when you get behind the sticks, especially 1st and 20, it is really hard to pick up 20 yards running the T. So I assume they're going to go spread here on 1st and 20. It was a really great push from the left side of that offensive line there for 8 or 9 yards, but holding called. So we got 1st and 20 here. Going back to a player on the fake punt having great pursuit was a new starter for the Foxcroft Academy Ponies, and that is number 57, Tyler Wing, who is starting at middle backer, replacing aforesaid Thomas Day, who was an all-conference guy, an all-world guy for the Ponies last year. And it's going to be a pitch out to Hopkins. He's going to try to turn it upfield, but great pursuit by Finn Holmes. Another flag coming out from the defensive backfield. Finn Holmes, great pursuit from his middle linebacking spot.
That does not seem like that was tossed in the area of a hold, but...
Yeah, the back judge is the one that threw that flag way from the back, and not sure what it could be. Yep, Foxcroft is celebrating another holding call. So 1st and 20, try 1st and 30 here for the Hermon Hawks. And in a game that both offenses are replacing a lot of starters, field position is key here for both teams. So Foxcroft accepting the penalty, pushing them back even further.
Of course, we had a few games around the state last night. Got kind of a full schedule tonight.
Yep.
6 more games scheduled for tomorrow. They're going to play through the rain. I think all 6 games have been pushed back an hour for start times tomorrow. But exciting time of year for sure. High school football's back, and we're excited to be here.
And I misspoke early on the fake punt. 57 is Jaden Hack, another young guy who's having big minutes here for the big snaps here for the Foxcroft Academy Ponies. Now we're going to go to 1st and 30. And almost looked like Foxcroft Academy jumped. Ethan Curtis with a quarterback draw up the middle for a few yards.
Talk about the shoes this players have to fill for Thomas Day. I was at that Foxcroft at Hermon game last year, and Thomas Day dominated that game.
They lose a few guys last year. Senior Silas Topolsky, which was the player of the year in the conference. Thomas Day, from the coaches all around Class D and C, was regarded as one of the toughest players to game plan against. Yeah. Not just because he was a awesome middle linebacker on defense, but at left tackle last year, he changed games, opened wide holes for the running backs. And now we are going back to the T on 2nd and 28 here. Curtis under center. He's going to give it to Yo. He's going to try the right side, and he's going to find 4 yards, which is going to bring it to 3rd and 22. Interesting there on 2nd and a long that Coach Gallant decided to go back to the T there.
Yeah, there's not too many guys that you can look at on the high school level that, can really dominate a game defensively like Thomas Day would do. That game at Hermon, like I said, he almost single-handedly, defensively really was
all over the place.
Yeah.
And Foxcroft does bring back a number of all-conference guys on defense. Lucas Sands, a safety, game changer there. Landon Smith, Finn Holmes at linebacker, Aiden Harvey, another all-conference guy, and Aiden Bryant at defensive end is really solid here. And Curtis trying the left side. He's going to try to get Hopkins. It goes right through his hands. Good coverage on the play by Lucas Sands. And it's going to bring up 4th and 22 here for the Hermon Hawks. Chris, what do you think? You think they're going to go back for a fake punt here again?
I think they're going to punt it this time. I think they're going to punt it this time. I thought they were going to punt it, so it's good fake on me too. Didn't expect that this early in the game, but you got to have wrinkles to beat a team like Foxcroft.
Punt returners for Foxcroft Academy is Aiden Harvey and Landon Smith. Griffin Dutton, the sophomore for the Hermon Hawks, back to punt. Foxcroft Academy keeping their starting defense in for this punt. It's a good punt, drawing Harvey all the way back inside his 20. It's a good catch. He has a lane along the left side. Good blocks down the field by Foxcroft Academy as Finn Holmes lays a pancake out there. So good field position off of a very good punt by the Hermon Hawks. Foxcroft Academy will have it 1st and 10 at their own 41.
21-yard return there. Good way to get the Ponies started. And again, if they can have success running the ball, it's going to go a long ways for the Ponies tonight. They like that ground attack, but they have a guy over the top that can really make a difference in Lucas Sands.
Absolutely.
So look for that too, stretch the field.
And the quarterback leading them is a first-time starter tonight, number 15, Evan Seavey. And he's going to have twins to the top of the screen and 2 running backs, Landon Smith to the right and Finn Holmes to the left. And the running back will go to Finn Holmes. And he fumbles the ball loose, and I believe Evan Seavey was able to fall on top of that. What a heads-up play by the quarterback. Seemingly that was going to be recovered by Hermon.
Yes.
And the Hermon Hawks
they did.
And I was mistaken. He jumped on the pile, but the Hermon Hawks came out with it. Foxcroft Academy is adamantly saying that they recovered the ball.
No way to
I haven't
that scrum.
I did not see a signal from the official whether the chain gain at the top of the field is signaling that it is Hermon Hawk ball, but I think there's a miscommunication by the officials. I think it's going to be 2nd and 13 for the Foxcroft Academy Ponies. They're going to have
did recover it after all.
I think they did, but it's going to be. We're probably going to get an official's timeout here because they're going to need to spot that chain gain. It was a loss of 3 or 4 off the fumbled handoff. The chain gain is going to give him the 39, but Foxcroft had the 41, so it should be 2nd and 11, but it's 2nd and 10. Landon Smith off the left side, and the Hermon Hawk defense, boy, not a lot of room to operate on the left side.
That was a very confusing play on that fumble.
Yeah.
I thought I saw the referee point toward Hermon, and then I saw...
It's the first week, not just for you and me, but also for the officials.
Yeah.
But the Hermon Hawk defense, they run an odd man front to where they have 3 linemen down, and then they run a 4 or 5 man linebacking core behind them where they sometimes bring Largay, a returning all-conference guy for the Hermon Hawks, just such a valuable player that they have there. He's running middle linebacker right now.
3rd and 12, it looks like.
And we got doubles on the field. Finn Holmes to the right of the quarterback. We have Simon Terzic, an international student, in motion, and Finn Holmes tries that left side off of a counter, and he is tackled for no gain on the play. Tough sledding for Foxcroft Academy. A shaky start for the Foxcroft Academy offense. It's going to be 4th and 12. And Lucas Sands, who is an all-conference punter, he can really put that thing in the air when he kicks it, is back deep for the Ponies to punt. And the returners for Hermon is number 16, Sam Hopkins, and number 2, Griffin Dutton. Sands, a good punt. It's going to be a fair catch signal by Hopkins at the Hermon Hawk 30-yard line. And so after 2 series of the game, Chris, we've seen a number of different things from both offenses. What do you expect out of the Hermon Hawk offense on this second drive?
Well, I mean, they were able to have a little success with that opening drive with the fake punt, and then a couple penalties is what really stalled that drive. Got to be disciplined.
Yep.
That's one of the things both coaches will talk about. And maybe it's my eyesight. Does this side of the field look a lot darker than the other side of the field?
You are correct. The left side of the field might have a light bulb or 2 out. But We play ball here at Foxcroft Academy, regardless of the light. And so we're going to go back to the tee here where Largay goes back to fullback. We have Ethan Curtis under center, Hopkins, and Yo, the split backs in the tee. It's going to be a handoff to the right side to Yo. He's going to go outside, turn it up the field, and Simon Terzic is going to make the tackle after a 2-yard gain.
So what you're saying is we don't need any lights to play football then, huh?
They can play in the rain, snow, light, midnight, doesn't matter here.
About a 2-yard pickup. Landon Smith with a tackle. It'll be
2-yard pickup that time on the run, so 2nd and 8 Hawks.
The left side cornerback is Simon Terzic. He is a boarding student from Sweden. He will play some quarterback also. Coach White said he'll take some reps there. Just such a dynamic player as a senior. He looks the part, certainly. We're going to go spread here. We got twins to the top of the screen. Single receiver to the bottom. Max Hopkins has a nice hole to the left side. Really good tackle by Lucas Sands because that could have been a lot more on that one. A first down for the Hermon Hawks, and they have something cooking here on their second drive. Really good job by the left side of that offensive line. 2 seniors. The tackle again, Merzin and the guard, Largay, really opened up a huge hole there. And again, we talked about Aiden Bryant earlier in the game. He's such a valuable defender for this Foxcroft defense. He's working the right side defensive end, and then Cameron Rounds is the left side DN. We got twins to the bottom now. It's Hopkins trying the right side. He's going to cut up the field, tackled by Finn Holmes and Landon Smith, but not after a 4.5-yard gain, which is very good for this Hawks offense. They want to go 3-4 yards at a time because not only is that going to keep them on track for a first down, but that's chewing up that clock, which we have 4 minutes and 18 seconds left in the first quarter.
Turned out to be a beautiful night here in Dover Foxcroft for this opener. Wouldn't have said that a couple hours ago.
No.
But turned out to be a beautiful night. It's going to be a rainy weekend all around in Maine, but perfect night for football here on this Friday night.
Not too hot, not too cold. See some sweaters out there in the crowd, some blankets. And then we have Curtis going back. He's going to go look for Dutton, and he's going to catch it right at the sticks. Aiden Sickler, a very physical tackle, and they're going to call him a yard short. So about a 5-yard completion there. It's going to bring up 3rd down and 1. And Chris, I think we can expect what we're going to look for here for Hermon to go back to the tee. Or maybe they're going to go spread here if they're leaving their spread unit in with Griffin Dutton there. And their other 2 receivers in their spread attack, the other 2 receivers are number 8, Caleb Keyser, a sophomore, and a junior, number 11, Owen Lang. Both getting valuable reps here that didn't really play a lot last year.
Throughout the night, we'll also pass on any scores we get. Another game involving a team that's moved up in classes, Deering, formerly Class B South, playing at down Class A, playing at Bangor tonight. That should be a
so
good
we got doubles and Dylan Yao up the middle, testing the left side of that Foxcroft Academy offense. Oh, what a push. Second effort. Foxcroft had him at the line of scrimmage for no gain, but Dylan Yao, what a second effort there just to get a 1.5 yards.
picks up enough for a first down at the 47-yard line. 3-yard pickup on the carry. First down, Hermon at the Pony 47.
And I think that might be a theme, Chris, that left side of the Hermon Hawk offensive line. I think they like that. They're going doubles again. Curtis with a hard count trying to get the Foxcroft defense off sides, but disciplined on the front. 4 is Foxcroft. Again, doubles. We have Hopkins to the bottom of your screen and Griffin Dutton to the top as the slot receivers. Dylan Yao to the right of Curtis. And it's going to be a screen pass to Hopkins, but it's read well by Landon Smith.
Tell you, Smith was almost there before the receiver was.
Instincts. And the Foxcroft defense has been such a force the last few years, and that's headed by Coach Gary Worthing, the architect of that defense, and he really schools these guys extremely well. Landon Smith, just such a phenomenal fundamental football player there, and very smart by Hopkins to not catch that ball. That was going to be a loss of 3 or 4 there, so I'm not sure if he did that on purpose, but it really benefited Hermon to not lose 3 or 4 yards there, keep them on time. We got twins at the bottom of your screen, split backfield. Curtis back to pass, and he's going to go deep. He's looking on the left sideline, and it's going to be a flag. Yep. He was looking for Griffin Dutton. Aiden Sickler on the coverage there and taking a shot to their playmaker on the outside, Griffin Dutton, and it's going to pay off for them with a pass interference penalty on Foxcroft Academy.
Penalty is pass interference against Foxcroft Academy.
And I think that's a good matchup as well. We've talked about the front, the offensive line for the Hermon Hawks and the defensive front seven for Foxcroft Academy. But Aiden Sickler, returning all-conference guy at cornerback, and Griffin Dudden could be a fun matchup to watch on the outside.
So pass interference in high school is 15 yards, I
15
believe.
yards, not an automatic first down.
Yep.
It is 15 yards, and so enough for the first down here. And
opposed to college and pro where it's a spot foul,
well,
right?
there are, I believe some high schools all around some states are different, but in Maine it's not an automatic first down. We got twins at the bottom of your screen, and Dylan Yao takes a handoff right side, and he is met by Finn Holmes and a posse of Foxcroft Academy Ponies right there for a loss of 1.
Really, we've talked about, Foxcroft's defense. Really, they've had some solid offensive players here over the years at Foxcroft Academy. A lot of that, though, can be a benefactor of a defense, giving them a short field. Where Foxcroft has been with their 8 regional titles, they've really, stressed defense. That's really been their big key.
And right now, it's certainly a strength of this team as the offense is searching for a lot of new starters there as they get their feet under them. It's going to be a handoff on the right side again. Max Hopkins going to try the outside, and number 52. The first to make contact there for the Foxcroft Academy Ponies, and that's going to be Cameron Rounds on the left side defensive end from your alma mater, Corinth High School.
Yep, Central.
Oh,
Central.
Yep.
That's okay. It's all right.
A little bit new to Maine, so sometimes got to get a mix up.
How long?
4 years.
4 years, yeah. And you come from Kansas?
Originally from North Carolina, but my wife and I moved from Kansas, and so this is going to bring up a really important 3rd down and 9. I expect the Hermon Hawks to really look for Hopkins or Dutton. And so we got trips to the top of the screens. We can expect a rollout here from Hopkins. This 3-step drop back as he goes back. He's going to roll out, and chasing him is Aiden Bryant, and all Curtis can do is throw it away. Great pursuit there by Aiden Bryant. 45 seconds to go here in the first quarter, and a 4th and 9 here. Aiden Bryant for the last year was just setting the edge for the Foxcroft Academy defense. As you said, over the years have had unbelievable speed. And he's really one of the anchors for Foxcroft Academy on that defense, one of the returning all-conference members.
That's quite a life change coming up here from most places, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
A little bit.
Takes a little bit longer to adjust, I'm sure, especially to these Maine winters.
And we have quads to the bottom of your screen for the Hermon Hawks. Ethan Curtis is going to have a counter to Dylan Yo. He has some space on 4th down.
Wow,
Coach Gallant.
I think he got it.
Out of.
Yeah, he did. First down.
Out of quads, calling a counter run. A lot of defenses probably think you're trying to go through the air there, and Coach Gallant used that to his advantage. Really interesting set. They had quads to the bottom of your screen, and they just ran a generic counter to the top, and it really well done there. And again, goes back to that left side of the Hermon offensive line. That is where they have seen success.
Hawks now threatening first and 10 here from the Foxcroft 21.
20 seconds and rolling here in the first quarter. It'd be interesting to see if Hermon tries to get Foxcroft Academy to jump off sides, or they let the play clock run out, but they are lining up here. And Curtis going to hand the ball off to Largay up the middle. He's going to get maybe a yard. Tough sledding there for the big guy. And that takes us to the end of the first quarter, and we're going to take you to a word to our sponsors.
Get ideas and inspiration before your next building project even begins at Hammond Lumber Company. Create your vision when you explore Hammond's extensive in-store showroom displays, showcasing innovative trends from industry-leading suppliers and designers. Your Hammond sales rep will help you find the look you like, and Hammond's design team will help you make it your own. And Hammond delivers from 22 locations across Maine and New Hampshire. For your next building project, find your vision at Hammond Lumber Company.
Rouse Garage in Dover Foxcroft to discover the difference between walking into a local dealership versus a big dealer that uses high-pressure tactics the second you drive onto the lot. From selling you a vehicle to servicing your vehicle, Rouse Garage will treat you like you are the only customer. While you're there, check out their state-of-the-art automatic car wash. Rouse Garage. Call them at 207-564-3434 or visit them at 191 East Main Street in Dover, Foxcroft, Maine.
Welcome back to Foxcroft Academy as we are about to start the second quarter here, and we are locked at 0-0 score between the Hermon Hawks and the hosting Foxcroft Academy Ponies.
I want to quickly, Charles, thank our sponsors here, Hermon Lumber Company, Rouse Garage and Car Wash, Heron Brothers Meats, Governors Restaurant, Anglers Restaurant, Gordon Contracting Incorporated, Sluggers Training Facility, Black Bear Crane, Ideal Energy Solutions, Millside Fitness LLC, Jamie Gilbert, Associate Broker with Next Home Experience, and Roundy's Paving. Thank you to those sponsors.
And again, a shout out to our producer, Mark Cownan, and our cameraman tonight, Colton Coro. 2nd and 10, and we are in the tee for the Hermon Hawks, going from your right to left. They're going to give it to Largay up the middle. A very good surge from that left side of the offensive line again, and that's going to bring up a 3rd and medium, a little bit long medium, and about 3rd and 7.
Definitely four down territory here for the Hawks.
Yes, if we've seen anything from them, it is now 4 down territory. If they can just continue to get those early in the downs, if they can continue to get 3-4 yards at a time, sets them up for 3rd and 4th and manageable. When they go to the tee, they do bring in number 76, a sophomore, Scott Tubbs, in at left guard, and that allows Largay to go back to the fullback in between Hopkins and Yo.
Some big tackles on that line. 76.
That is
big guy
Tubbs,
on that line. Yep.
And they're going to fake the handoff. Curtis to the outside. It's going to be an option play to Hopkins. Oh, well designed there for the Hermon Hawks. It's going to set up 4th and 1, a 5-yard gain. Little wrinkle there from Coach Gallant and the Hermon Hawks. And that was well ran by the lefty going to the left, so he pitched it with his left hand. It's going to be 4th and 1.
4th and 1. Yeah, here we go. Big play here.
Coach Gallant gives the play to his quarterback.
Let's see if they go back to their strengths. You've noticed they've been running the ball on one side better than the other. Let's see if they go back to the strengths there on 4th down.
And it's going to be interesting whether they go to the fullback dive or if they go to ISO with Hopkins. Hopkins to the right of the quarterback would be going to your left. Yo to the left of Largay. And they're trying to hard count on 2, and it's going to be Largay to the right side. He's met there by Lucas Sands and Finn Holmes, but I do believe a few inches past the 1st down marker. I think
he does. He's got it. Yep.
And we have a sub here, and it's going to be a sophomore, very talented Preston Hutchinson is going to come into the game. He's going to come into the game replacing Tyler Wing.
I don't believe this is a goal-to-go territory yet. It's right outside of the
No, I think it's right at the 10.5-yard line. So Hermon can theoretically get a 1st down inside the 1. But the red zone, such an important piece of the high school football in a high school football game. How successful can you be getting into the end zone, especially in the red zone? So at the 10-yard line, going from the tee again, the ball is going to be given to Curtis off the left side. He has some running room if he can get to the outside.
Ooh, what a play.
Aiden.
We were thinking the same thing at the same time.
Again, Aiden Bryant making another play, just tripping up Hopkins. It's going to be a loss of 1. There was some space there on the left side if Hopkins could have gotten to the outside.
Beautiful tackle by Bryant. He's another guy that's returning this year. That was, along with Thomas Day, they were just 2 machines, part of that defensive force here for the Ponies.
So Preston Hutchinson, the sophomore, probably 5'8", 150, 60 pounds, that middle linebacker. That's a interesting move here for the Foxcroft Academy Ponies. He can hit. He plays fast and he can hit hard, and they're going to go Yao to the right side. And there's some rooming up the middle. And again, another good tackle once it gets to the 2nd level there by Lucas Sands, because certainly Yao was going to get in the end zone there.
Yeah, and that's the 2nd time I believe we've seen, Charles, that they run that nice counter up the middle. Seem to have success with that. Maybe look for that more in the game tonight.
And so this is going to be a 3rd and 3 from the 4. Or the 3, I beg your pardon. It's going to be a 3rd and...
Yeah, they can still get a 1st down inside the 1.
Inside the 1. Again, great tackle by Lucas Sands right at the point of contact there. And Dylan Yo with a good run here. I wonder if they're going to go back to the tee. Tyler Corson, the tight end, to the left side. And they have Hopkins and Yo in the backfield. They're going to give it to Yo off the right side. He's going to go up the middle, and he's going to get into the end zone. A touchdown by the Hermon Hawks. They strike first here in the second quarter with 8:42 on the clock. Hermon Hawks on the board.
This is going exactly the way you'd want. Foxcroft, I think, has only run 3 offensive plays, and here we are early in the second quarter, just over 3 minutes into the second quarter, and you got a touchdown on the board for Hermon. Another key to the game, like we talked about during the commercial, was keep the ball away from Foxcroft. That's going to go a long way to a Hermon Hawk win.
If you could not script it any better if you're a Hermon Hawks fan or Coach Gallant. And the kick by the freshman Ethan Garner is through the uprights, and it's good. And we are going to go take a break and hear a word from our sponsors. And we are back here on the campus of Foxcroft Academy. Hermon on top 7-0 with 8:42 left to go here in the second quarter. Back to deep for the Foxcroft Academy Ponies is Aiden Harvey and Landon Smith. The kick from the freshman Ethan Garner goes to Harvey. Harvey has a lane to the right side, cuts it up the field, breaks a couple of tackles. He gets to the outside. Only man to beat is the freshman kicker, and Harvey running over everyone inside, and he's going to get inside of Hermon Hawk territory and drag defenders all the way inside.
Just when I thought he was down, he just kept going.
What a big play by the senior, Aiden Harvey. That is the best. We talked about it. Hermon had all the momentum there, and special teams. It's all 3 phases in a high school football game, and a big play by special teams helping this Foxcroft Academy offense.
You've only run 3 offensive plays, and then you get a special teams play like that. That's huge.
Exact 3 plays so far, and it's 8:25 left to go here in the second quarter, and Foxcroft Academy is inside the red zone here at the Hermon Hawk 12-yard line. It's going to be 1st and 10. They can get a first down inside the 2-yard line. Foxcroft Academy predominantly runs from the spread. We got the 2 running backs, very seasoned veterans, and Finn Holmes to the left of Evan Seavey and Landon Smith to the right. It's going to be an ISO play to the right side. Finn Holmes is met in the backfield by a posse of Hermon Hawks. And that's going to be Tyler Corson, Justin Largay, and Sam Hopkins.
Just from what I've seen offensively early on, there's going to have to be a lot of adjustments because that defensive line of Hermon is giving, Foxcroft Academy fits so far.
The front 7 of Hermon is very seasoned, battle-tested all last year. That got to the state championship game. And as you said, they are playing extremely well, and adjustments will have to be made. Interesting. We're going to see if Foxcroft decides to go through the air. 4 plays on offense, 4 runs here. And on the outside, game changer last year in this game between Foxcroft and Hermon is Lucas Sands, and he's on the bottom of your screen. And to his left is Simon Terzic. And it's cover 0 right now, no safety over the top. And it's going to be, they're going to look for Sands. He's running a slant. Seavey rolls out to his right. He's going to look for Lucas, and it's going to be incomplete. On the coverage is number 11, junior Owen Lang for the Hermon Hawks.
Exactly what we talked about, though. As soon as we mention it, they try to go to Sands.
Yep. And again, last year when they played, Lucas Sands had a number of
big-time plays.
Big-time catches, but not just any type of catches. I'm talking about highlight-worthy catches. Absolutely.
It. Yep.
And so it's 3rd and 12 here behind the sticks. It'd be interesting to see if Hermon continues to go cover 0 with Foxcroft behind the chains. But what they're doing with their front 7 is they're sending a lot of heat for junior quarterback Evan Seavey. They're trying to see what he's made of here. Big play by Evan, play here coming up for Evan Seavey in this Foxcroft Academy offense. It's going to be twins to the top of your screen and single receiver Lucas Sands to the bottom. And they're going to run a fade ball here. It's a good thrown ball back of the end zone, and it's Lucas Sands coming down with the catch.
What a
play!
catch.
Foxcroft Academy touchdown.
It's the guy we mentioned and the guy that just made a big play for the Ponies, Lucas Sands. He's been doing that for a few years around here.
Before that play, Foxcroft Academy had run 5 offensive plays for negative yardage, and what a big play by the senior wide receiver, and what a great thrown ball by the junior quarterback, Evan Seavey.
Yep, right on the money. Perfect. The only one that would have caught that ball was Sands, and he certainly did.
In the back, and again, high degree of difficulty in the back of the end zone, toe tapping his way. I think that would be good in the NFL. I think he got 2 feet down. And again, cannot forget to mention Aiden Harvey's kick return that set all of that up to get them in position to score a touchdown there. And Aiden Harvey is in to kick the extra point, and it's going to be a loose ball. Harvey is going to try to do his best friend Tarkenton impression. Gets tackled in the backfield, and so 7:18 left here in the second quarter. Hermon up 7-6, and we're going to go and hear a word from our sponsors.
Brothers Meats is a family-owned and operated business located in Guilford, Maine. We operate a local retail meat market along with a slaughterhouse, smokehouse, and processing plants. Herring Brothers has all sorts of meats from already pre-cut all the way to cutting it right on the spot for you. Also, while you're there, don't forget to try their wicked good beef jerky that is made right in Guilford, Maine. Call them at 207-876-4395 or visit them at 346 Water Street Monday through Saturday from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m.
And we are back here on the campus of Foxcroft Academy with 7:18 left to go here in the second quarter. The score 7-6, and it's going to be interesting to see how that misuse of the PAT there was a fumbled snap. See how that plays here in the rest of the game. Where not sure how many points are going to be scored here. Right now, it's been a defensive effort for both teams. Hermon leading 7-6. And again, yeah, you're right.
Yeah, that was good though. Foxcroft really needed that kick return, and then the big play in the back of the end zone by Sands. They definitely needed that on that drive.
Back deep is Griffin Dutton and Sam Hopkins. It's going to go to Hopkins. He's going to catch it at the 15-yard line. He's going to try the right side of that Foxcroft Academy. And we are lights out here on the left side. They may have to suspend the game here as the kick return goes all the way out to the 40-yard line. I think they're going to say play ball here. The lights on the left side of the football field went out on the
They were already dim before,
they
so
were.
Now it's totally out, it looks like.
Yeah, I think they're going to play ball here. They're going to say play ball.
I don't know if I've ever seen this.
Right in the middle of a kickoff return.
Yeah.
So I do think with number 76, Scott Tubbs, in the huddle, they're going to go back to their T formation. Again, the tight ends in this are going to be Tyler Corson on the bottom of your screen and number 81, Peyton Tolliver, to the top of your screen. They're going to go to handoff on the right side. It's going to be Dylan Yo, and he's going to get a good push from the right side of that offensive line.
Still going. Finally got him to the ground. Sometimes it turns into a rugby scrub out there.
So a 40-yard gain on first down, and it looks like they're going to go to their spread offense here on second down. Hermon had been really running the ball to the left side of that offensive line, but a change towards the end of that second drive that they scored their touchdown on as they started going to the right with Yo. Hopkins and Yo have been very, very successful on first and second down, putting the Hermon Hawks ahead of the chains here. And they still have Tubbs in the game, and they're going to use Largay as an H-back as you see him lined up in the backfield. Hopkins to the right of Curtis. They're going to motion Largay to the right side. It's going to be a pitch to that right side, and Finn Holmes with great pursuit from his middle linebacking position only halts him for a 3-yard gain. But still, for Hermon, that is exactly what you want as the clock churns inside of 6 minutes here, and it's going to bring up a very third and manageable.
Good job, Curtis, getting that play off, too. Kind of a high snap.
Yeah.
Good catch by him, and a good flip, which is hard to do.
Yep.
Catching a high snap and then still being able to pull off a play after that.
So 3rd and 4 here. Believe they're going to still be out of their spread, and they're going to keep Largay in the backfield as an H-back as Tubbs is still in the game.
I mean, with a light out like that, I don't know how that doesn't affect play.
Yeah, it's interesting that they're letting him play. It's the same formation here. Let's see if they come back with the counter. So it will be ran to the left side here, and it's going to be Hopkins trying to work the outside in a great open field tackle by Preston Hutchinson.
Interesting call here by Hermon, whether they're going to punt or, kind of up here near midfield, see what they do.
With their defense only allowing one positive offensive play, I think what Coach Gallant's thinking here with inside of 5 minutes when this punt goes off, that he can really work that clock to his favor and put Foxcroft Academy in manageable field position. And Foxcroft playing it safe, they're going to put Lucas Sands deep as the lone punt returner, just so they're not fooled by a fake like they were in the first quarter. Dutton looking for that right side ball, almost blocked by Finn Holmes. Might have been deflected a little bit. Ball's going to roll inside the 30-yard line.
That seems like when they go to punt, that seems like they give that kid the option to do what he wants with it right there.
In college, the RPO, the run-pass option, is so heavy here. I think what Coach Gallant is giving him is the PRO, which is the punt-run option.
Yep, that's what it looks like. Again, I don't think I've seen this lights out in a football game on one side of the field and them just continuing to go. Like that's got to affect the game a little bit, right?
I think certainly on the left end of the screen, the lights are out. So anything towards that end of the field, the Foxcroft Academy Ponies are going from the left to right. So the further they get down the field, the better the lighting gets. And they are in their spread. They're going to run a jet sweep to Simon Terzic, and good pursuit by this Hermon Hawk defense as Terzic tries to turn it up for a minimal gain. I believe he has a 2-yard gain there for the Foxcroft Academy Ponies. Good pursuit there by the Hermon Hawk defense. And the clock again churning inside of 4 minutes here. Let's see if Foxcroft is able to put a drive together. When you talk about it, they have actually not picked up a first down on offense. Their lone positive play outside the 2-yard gain by Terzic has been a touchdown. And here they are again, and Harvey's going to run the jet sweep. Nope, it's Seavey with the counter to the left side. A very well-designed play, and Seavey into the open field, into the Hermon Hawk territory to the 45-yard line. Well-designed offensive play there. The entire Hermon Hawk defense was expecting a jet sweep to the top of your screen, just like I was, and it was a counter back to the bottom in a well-designed play. Foxcroft Academy with 3:48 are going to call a timeout here. We're going to take a timeout with them, and you can hear a word from our sponsors.
And softball training facility has the perfect gift for the budding all-star on your holiday shopping list. Give the gift of training. Sluggers offers both group and one-on-one lessons for all levels. Give the gift of experience from batting cages to advanced technology. Sluggers is the perfect place to get practice and improve skills. Give the gift of competition. Joining a travel team at Sluggers is a great way to learn and grow with new friends. You're sure to hit it out of the park when you give the gift of Sluggers.
Welcome back to the campus of Foxcroft Academy with 3:48 left here in the second quarter. We are going to have another word from our sponsors.
Hungry? Governor's has you covered. Breakfast before the game and lunch at halftime, dinner after the buzzer, and dessert anytime. Dine in, grab it to go, or get it delivered with DoorDash or Uber Eats. Visit at governorsrestaurant.com. Main fans fuel up at Governor's. Black Bear Crane is a family-owned and operated crane and rigging service provider located in Hermon, covering the state of Maine, with cranes from 27 to 240 tons. From roof trusses, HVAC units, steel and precast erection to modular home communications equipment. Give them a call today, 977-BEAR.
Interesting formation. It strips to the top of your screen. Foxcroft does like to run a screen out of this to see if they decide to go through that. Trips to the top of your screen, single receiver to the bottom. Lucas Sands is the single receiver, and they're going to look for a fade ball here to Lucas, and it's going to be bobbled by Lucas Sands, and it's going to be incomplete. Great coverage on that by number 11, Owen Lang. Very good ball by Evan Seavey. Sands just not able to come down with another spectacular catch.
throwing a couple real nice balls tonight. The touchdown to Sands and then trying to go to Sands again. But again, as you mentioned, great coverage by Hermon.
Good coverage. Would have been a phenomenal catch if Sands was able to come down with it. But we are here 2nd and 10 with 3:41 on the second quarter clock. And they're going to go in the same formation. You got Sickler, Tursick, and Harvey to the top of your screen. Finn Holmes in the backfield to the right of CV and Lucas Sands at the bottom of your screen. Hermon with the 3-3 stack offense. They're going to run another counter to CV up the middle, and he's going to be tackled, but not after a 7-yard gain to put Foxcroft into a 3rd and manageable 3rd and 4 here.
I think Toby Nelson had mentioned that looks like one of the whole towers, light towers, is down here, and as you see on the other side of the field on your screen is a couple towers on the other side as well, where it's got 1 or 2 bulbs out on one of the towers there. That's not your typical $2 light bulb.
No. And it's not a 2-minute fix either.
No.
Foxcroft's going spread here again. Trips to the top, single receiver to the bottom. And their best rushing offense so far is the quarterback run here for Foxcroft Academy. Finn Holmes in the backfield. And it's going to be a counter play for Finn Holmes, a guard trap, and he's going to be hitting the backfield. And a group of Hermon Hawks. I will say for this Hermon Hawk defense, they really rallied to the ball there. When one guy makes contact, the rest of the defense doesn't just watch. They all rallied to the ball, and Tyler Corson was there as well with Owen Lang. And that 3-man odd front for the Hermon Hawk defense doing a very good job against this potent rushing attack for the Foxcroft Academy Ponies.
2.5 minutes here left in the quarter. See what Foxcroft's going to do. Looks like they are going to go for it. This is a spot on the field that they feel comfortable going here.
A big play here in this first half on a turning second quarter clock. 2 minutes and 15 and counting here. 4th down and 3. They're going to go trips again to the top of the screen with Lucas Sands to the bottom. 3-3 stack defense here on 4th down. And CV is going to look at a hitch route to Lucas Sands, and he hits him inside the 30 for a 1st down. And you can expect Foxcroft to keep coming back into that matchup between Lucas Sands and Owen Lang to the bottom of your screen. Big play there on 4th down for the Foxcroft Academy Ponies.
1st down, Foxcroft at the 29-yard line.
Yeah, if you're Foxcroft, you definitely want to score on this drive, take the momentum into the locker room at halftime. If you're Hermon, you're thinking the same thing. Get a stop here. Keep that momentum going into the halftime.
And so they're really going to a 3-3-5 here look for the Hermon Hawk defense. They're going to run a guard trap to Finn Holmes on the right side. He gets break, and he gets to the outside, and he's tripped up inside. Oh, they're going to throw a late flag here. And Finn Holmes
was a personal foul over on the far side, maybe?
I think they're going to call holding on a receiver to the bottom of your screen, potentially. Oh, no, it's going to be a face mask.
Oh, okay.
So it's going to be half the distance to the goal line after that run inside the 15. And
yeah, blocking the back. Is that what they're calling?
I lied to you. Not a face mask. Somebody randomly said that, and I should not have accepted that as truth. And so instead of 1st and 10 inside the 20-yard line, we're going to go I assume it's going to be not 1st and 10. Okay.
Lucas Sands has got a penalty as well for unsportsmanlike.
Okay, so what that is going to do here, and that is after the play, I believe. So it should be 2nd down. No, what they're going to do is they're going to call it a 1st down at the 15-yard line, and they're going to move. Well, what they should do is then move them back from there, but I think they're going to keep the sticks at the 30-yard line, and they're just going to move it back 15 yards from there because it was a dead ball foul, according to the ref. So it's after the play, but again, first game for everyone. 15-yard penalties, so it's going to be 1st and 25 for Foxcroft with a minute and 32 on the clock. So interesting what the Foxcroft Academy Ponies would do here. Lucas Sands is out of the game. Coming in is a sophomore, Miles Llewellyn. Coach White says he had a very good summer at receiver, developing very well. At the bottom of your screen, CV with Landon Smith in the backfield and trips to the top of your screen. CV looking to his trip side. He is going to scramble to his right side. He's going to try to get to the outside. Great tackle there by number 79. And there is no 79 on this Hermon Hawk roster. So he will go nameless, but a really good play there.
Was a really good play.
CV, who has had a couple of really solid rushes on offense, trying to work that right side in a scramble drill. Very good tackle by number 79 for the Hermon Hawks.
something you kind of saw there too with that dead ball foul. It's something Coach Jay's not going to stand for. He immediately pulled Sands out of the game and going to have him sit on the bench for a little bit and think about that. So that's not a Danny White coach team that does stuff like that. They generally stay pretty for themselves and like not committing any dead ball fouls like that.
You know, Lucas Sands is an emotional player, which you like as a coach. Double-edged swords at times, but you really want him. When things are going well, the players really thrive off that. Obviously, a little too much on the extracurricular there, and Coach White obviously not a fan. It'll be interesting if he puts them back in here at the end of the half, or if he'll let him ride the half out. And that's a huge matchup for the Foxcroft Academy Ponies, because when they have been successful this game on offense, they're really working through Lucas.
Yeah, they sure have.
He is not on the field. Miles Llewellyn and Aiden Harvey to the bottom of your screen are the receivers. To the top of your screen, Aiden Sickler and Simon Terzic. The lone back in the backfield is Landon Smith. We're going to have a motion here, and it's going to be a counter play to Landon Smith. He's going to try to work that right side. Really good move. But again, Hermon Hawk defense really pursuing well. So 3rd and 22 here. Inside of a minute in the second quarter in our first half is the clock going, and you can see that Foxcroft in no rush. I think they're
just going to be happy with just running the football and letting the clock expire and going to the locker room down 7-6.
Yeah, you know, CV has an arm on him. I think they may run it down on this play, call a timeout inside of 10 seconds, 5 seconds, and then maybe throw a Hail Mary at the end zone. Being in plus territory in a game dominated by defenses, you don't know how many chances you're going to get at that end zone. And to the top of your screen, the trips receiver to the bottom is Miles Llewellyn. And it's going to be a run play. It's going to be a keeper by CV, and he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage, and then he's going to fall forward for a yard or two. Oh, okay. Interesting on the field. The official had called timeout, but I don't think Danny White wanted to call that timeout with 21 seconds to go. It's 4th down. 21 seconds would be a long play. I think he was asking the official on this sideline to call a timeout with maybe 6-7 seconds on the clock. So,
and he thought he wanted a timeout
at that moment. So I think they're going to talk about it. Let's see if they give Coach White the timeout that he wants. And the white hat comes on over. And he's going to run that clock. So Coach White, being a good diplomat right there, communicating his point to the officials to get that clock to churn inside. Probably 5 seconds. There's no need to run that play. Or maybe they won't call a timeout. They might let the clock bleed out to halftime.
That's what it looks like.
Yep. So Foxcroft will be content to take it in the halftime. And at the end of the first half, the Hermon Hawks on top, 7-6. And we are going to take it to a word to our sponsors.
Softball training facility has the perfect gift for the budding all-star on your holiday shopping list. Give the gift of training. Sluggers offers both group and one-on-one lessons for all levels. Give the gift of experience. From batting cages to advanced technology, Sluggers is the perfect place to get practice and improve skills. Give the gift of competition. Joining a travel team at Sluggers is a great way to learn and grow with new friends. You're sure to hit it out of the park when you give the gift of Sluggers.
building or remodeling a home or office and need electrical work? Call Ideal Energy Solutions. Ideal Energy Solutions is ready to wire your building right. Don't settle for less than ideal. Go with Ideal Energy Solutions. Call today.
Brothers Meats is a family-owned and operated business located in Guilford, Maine. We operate a local retail meat market along with a slaughterhouse, smokehouse, and processing plants. Hermon Brothers has all sorts of meats from already pre-cut all the way to cutting it right on the spot for you. Also, while you're there, don't forget to try their wicked good beef jerky that is made right in Guilford, Maine. Call them at 207-876-4395 or visit them at 346 Water Street Monday through Saturday from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. To Ral's Garage in Dover Foxcroft to discover the difference between walking into a local dealership versus a big dealer that uses high-pressure tactics the second you drive onto the lot. From selling you a vehicle to servicing your vehicle, Ral's Garage will treat you like you are the only customer. While you're there, check out their state-of-the-art automatic car wash. Ral's Garage, call them at 207-564-3434 or visit them at 191 East Main Street in Dover Foxcroft, Maine.
Get ideas and inspiration before your next building project even begins at Hermon Lumber Company. Create your vision when you explore Hermon's extensive in-store showroom displays, showcasing innovative trends from industry-leading suppliers and designers. Your Hermon sales rep will help you find the look you like, and Hermon's design team will help you make it your own. And Hermon delivers from 22 locations across Maine and New Hampshire. For your next building project, find your vision at Hermon Lumber Company.
T-shirts, sweatshirts, jackets, hats, baby clothes, and much more. Get your Eastern Maine sports merch at www.bonfire.com/store/eastern-maine-sports or at easternmainsports.com. Wide selection of items available with more being added frequently.
Get an awful buzzing sounding. Okay. Back here at Foxcroft Academy, tell you about some of our other sponsors here that's making this broadcast free and available to everybody at home. Hermon Lumber is our presenting sponsor. They're a fourth-generation family-owned company with over 900 dedicated employees across 22 locations in Maine and New Hampshire, a trusted Maine building supply service and materials company serving industry since 1953. From pancakes in the morning to seafood suppers at night, Governor's Restaurant is here for your whole family. Breakfast, lunch, dinner, and dessert made with care. Dine in, take it to go, or order delivery with DoorDash or Uber Eats. Find us at governorsrestaurant.com, Maine's gathering place all day long. Bring the family to Angler's Restaurant, where Maine classics like fried clams, haddocks, and lobster rolls are served with a smile. Join us for lunch or dinner or order ahead to go. See our full menu at anglerseafoodrestaurant.com, your hometown seafood spot. And Black Bear Crane is a family-owned and operated crane and rigger service provider located in Hermon, covering the state of Maine with cranes from 27 to 240 tons. From roof trusses, HVAC units, steel and precast direction, to modular home and communications equipment, give them a call at 977-BEAR today. Take a break and we'll be back.
I think you have to look forward to this week's opponent, FA. I think a Hermon FA rivalry is kind of brewing here. It's good to have them in the league again. You're looking at Wells, right? What a storied, historic program with Coach Roach and those guys. I mean, anytime that you can play Wells, we kind of have a motto here at Hermon. We want to play the best football teams in order for us to take a step forward in our program. And I think Wells and FA right off the bat are definitely teams like that.
What is it about the Hermon, Carmel, Levain communities that make football such a good fit in those communities?
Yeah, I think it's just like a hardworking, loyal community, and that translates into the game of football so well. My family, me and my wife and my kids are from Levant. So
Okay.
we're entrenched in the Levant community. And obviously I coach in Hermon. We have coaches on my staff and players from Carmel. So it's all, we call it the Tri-Town area. It's all one big community, but it's 3 different towns. And it's just all built on hard work, loyal, fight through adversity type people. And I think once you really people start to figure out that that's what football is all about, they latch onto it real easy, and it's an easy translation for our Tri-Town community. I think it's just like little things we've seen in the first 2 weeks of football is normally where we're installing and trying to get things right and do this and do that. We can devour a lot more into the culture things. And when you've got guys that have been running this for 2, 3, some of them 4 years now, they can probably run these.
I mean, I think a lot of it is continuity. I mean, we're a small, a small community, so that's part of it. But the community is galvanized by its football program, and that wasn't any different when I was a kid. I was fortunate enough to be able to coach where I've played, and I've been able to be with some amazing people that have coached in this program, throughout my entire tenure. Gary Worthing has been with me since 2009 when I started, and he has coached on and off here at Foxcroft Academy throughout the youth ranks, all the way through to being a head coach in the 80s and winning a state championship. So he's been with me from day one as well. So, having that continuity at the high school level, so that your youth programs can, thrive and your coaches that are at the youth levels can, remain intact for the most part. That's a big part of it, and then of course you obviously, with any program, you've got to have the kids. Like, you've got to have the kids that love playing the game. And, I don't know if there's any type of, there's no secret sauce or anything like that. Our kids love to play and love to compete. And, we've been fortunate enough to have some success along the way. And, I just credit it to the people that I've been able to do this with. And, hopefully there's a little bit more ahead to a question that you've got to mention the names of Levitt. You've got to, Mike Hathaway and what he's done over the years. Regardless of what happened to them last year, they're always going to contend and should be considered a contender. Obviously, Wells and what they're doing and what they've done over the years.
Softball training facility has the perfect gift for the budding all-star on your holiday shopping list. Give the gift of training. Sluggers offers both group and one-on-one lessons for all levels. Give the gift of experience. From batting cages to advanced technology, Sluggers is the perfect place to get practice and improve skills. Give the gift of competition. Joining a travel team at Sluggers is a great way to learn and grow with new friends. You're sure to hit it out of the park when you give the gift of Sluggers.
Building or remodeling a home or office and need electrical work? Call Ideal Energy Solutions. Ideal Energy Solutions is ready to wire your building right. Don't settle for less than ideal. Go with Ideal Energy Solutions. Call today.
Brothers Meats is a family-owned and operated business located in Guilford, Maine. We operate a local retail meat market along with a slaughterhouse, smokehouse, and processing plants. Hermon Brothers has all sorts of meats from already pre-cut all the way to cutting it right on the spot for you. Also, while you're there, don't forget to try their wicked good beef jerky that is made right in Guilford, Maine. Call them at 207-876-4395 or visit them at 346 Water Street Monday through Saturday from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. To Rouse Garage in Dover Foxcroft to discover the difference between walking into a local dealership versus a big dealer that uses high-pressure tactics the second you drive onto the lot. From selling you a vehicle to servicing your vehicle, Rouse Garage will treat you like you are the only customer. While you're there, check out their state-of-the-art automatic car wash. Rouse Garage, call them at 207-564-3434 or visit them at 191 East Main Street in Dover Foxcroft, Maine.
Get ideas and inspiration before your next building project even begins at Hammond Lumber Company. Create your vision when you explore Hammond's extensive in-store showroom displays, showcasing innovative trends from industry-leading suppliers and designers. Your Hammond sales rep will help you find the look you like, and Hammond's design team will help you make it your own. And Hammond delivers from 22 locations across Maine and New Hampshire. For your next building project, find your vision at Hammond Lumber Company.
T-shirts, sweatshirts, jackets, hats, baby clothes, and much more. Get your Eastern Maine sports merch at www.bonfire.com/store/eastern-maine-sports or at easternmainsports.com. Wide selection of items available with more being added frequently.
Welcome back to the campus of Foxcroft Academy, where the first half score in our game tonight, the Hermon Hawks on top of Foxcroft Academy, 7-6. Got about 3 minutes left to go until the second half kickoff. We're going to talk about a number of second half keys here for both teams. Chris, what keys do you have to the second half for either team?
Probably just what you have there, Charles. I think a big one is Hermon controlling the ball. And, will Foxcroft be able to get their run game going? Yeah. That's a big question. And we saw some big plays a big play by Foxcroft in that second quarter with that long kickoff return that really sparked their first score. I think special teams will be a big part of the second half as well.
All three phases of the game are so important in football, and special teams often is not really worked on enough in practice and not given enough love by the spectators. And such an important play in this game was Aiden Harvey's kick return. But again, let's shout out to our producer tonight, Mark Cownan, and our cameraman tonight, Colton Coro. And again, I'm Charles Beal alongside my co-host tonight, Chris Lessner. Couple of important keys that you pointed out there. Can Foxcroft Academy get their run game going? They got two seasoned running backs with tons of experience, but can they get enough push on that offensive line? And that goes back to the Hermon front seven. Again, they run an odd stack front most of the time, a little 3-4-3-3 action, and they are really getting phenomenal push. Let's give some shout-outs to their defensive front seven, number 81, Peyton Tolliver, number 60, Tyler Schlate, their defensive tackle, or you can call him a nose tackle, number 56, Hunter McDonald. And then their linebacking core has been flying to the ball all night for Hermon. Their inside linebacker, all-conference guy a year ago, number 57, a senior, Justin Largay. Tyler Corson, a basketball player also for the Hermon Hawks, has been playing well on defense. And then, of course, your two studs on offense and defense, number 14, Dylan Yo, and number 16, Sam Hopkins.
Yeah, you got, really battle, right? You got two of the better coaches in the state going head-to-head. Who's going to make the adjustment that's going to make a difference in the second half? I'm excited to see it.
It was a fun first half, not necessarily full of points, but, man, every play really mattered. The penalties, let's see if the teams can kind of brush that up here in the second half. There's going to be tons of emotion here from both teams. who can stay disciplined and who can stay level-headed here in the second half. Foxcroft Academy is going to receive the opening kick to see if they can get their offense going. And then Hermon Hawks will be kicking off here to start the second half.
A couple other area scores that I had picked up on there. Bangor was ahead in their opener over Deering 7-0. That was the first quarter score. MCI was ahead of Mattinock 16-14. And we had Spruce Mountain up on top of Bucksport. I believe that's at halftime now, 30-8. So just a few scores to pass along there. Brewer beating Belfast 7-0 at the half. That game's down at Belfast.
Nice.
Yep.
And then going back to the Hermon offensive line, we saw a couple of things there. That left side we were talking about. And then what they really started going to the right, and then they went to the counter game where they started to pull both of their left side offensive linemen, Merzin and Largay, two very talented linemen, to the right side in the spread offense. So Coach Gallant was mixing it up, going to the traditional T and then going spread. But really they wanted to run the ball through. Ethan Curtis has been doing a good job controlling this game as a quarterback. He's on a couple of completions out there tonight. And so here we go. We are going to start the second half, and Hermon Hawks are going to be kicking off from your right to left, and the Foxcroft Academy Ponies will be returning from the left side. It seems like they got some lights back on here at Foxcroft Academy at halftime.
Somebody climb up. Was that Toby Nelson that climbed up there?
I think Toby Nelson did climb up there and screw some light bulbs on. Let's see what Coach Gallant decides to do here on the kickoff after Aiden Harvey had such a phenomenal effort on that return. He made contact at the 50-yard line, and it felt like he was dragging defenders 40 yards down the field. You got a freshman here for Hermon. Kicking off, Ethan Garner, number 12, and he's going to pooch kick it to the left side, and it's going to be Aiden Sickler who's going to let it bounce. Landon Smith coming up from his deep position to dive and catch that. Interesting situation there. Great position defensively for Hermon. That's exactly what they wanted. They probably are going to do that for the rest of the night on kickoff.
So as you see on this side of the field, probably looks a lot more lit than it did in the first half. I don't know how, probably can't tell much at home, but maybe they just flipped the light switch back on. Maybe that's what happened.
It definitely affected towards the teams towards the end of that first half. It was significant outage there on the left side.
Yep.
And Lucas Sands back in the game. They're going to do trips to the bottom side of your screen. I am assuming that we're going to get a screen here from the bottom side. They really like to get Lucas Sands going, and the screen game here from the top of the screen. It's a handoff to Finn Holmes up the middle, and the offensive line created a great hole for him to run. He breaks the tackle, gets into the secondary, and Hopkins is able to have a touchdown-saving tackle right there for the Foxcroft Academy Ponies. One of the few times that line has created a hole, and boy, Finn Holmes does not need much space to get to the secondary.
But that's where they can get you, right? If they spread out like that, you're worried about Lucas Sands and some of those guys making the plays on the outside. Then all of a sudden you run a counter to the inside, and great run that time to open up the second half.
Just like Hermon did in the first half where they spread it out to run it, Foxcroft Academy did exactly that to get a light box.
Doing it again.
And we have the trips, and again, they run that screen, but let's see if they keep it between the tackles here as they do a guard trap to Landon Smith running hard. And Largay in the middle of that defense is able to tackle him for a 3.5-yard pickup right there for Foxcroft Academy. Evan Seavey still in at quarterback here. And a turning third quarter clock. We're inside of 11 minutes and 20 seconds here. Ball at the 36-yard line.
One of the powers or favorites in Class B North starting their season off strong and making a statement. Coney up on Messalonsky 41-0.
Wow.
Down at Oakland tonight.
That is a statement. And we are here with the trips at the bottom of your screen, and it's going to be a fake handoff quarterback run to the left side, and Seavey is physical run, breaking a couple of tackles, going to make it a very third and manageable for the Foxcroft Academy Ponies. So they're going trips here to the bottom of your screen, the wide side of the field, but they're really just keeping the ball inside of the tackles. I think that was an adjustment that Coach White made at halftime.
I was just going to say that looks like one of the adjustments we're going to see here in the second half is try to spread out that Hawks defense and maybe try to keep it in between the tackles. And we've seen great success here early on in the second half of the Ponies.
When you have Landon Smith and Finn Holmes in the backfield, it's almost you want to load the box there if you're any defensive coordinator. Now they're only going to a single running back set, and it's Finn Holmes and Landon Smith trading off here. And let's see if Hermon crowds the box here, but no, they're going to stay cover 3 with the safety over top. And Seavey takes a snap. It's going to be a handoff. ISO run by Finn Holmes, and he takes contact, but he's going to gain, seemingly enough, the official to the top of the screen. Didn't give him a great spot, but the bottom of the screen official is signaling first down. You are correct.
A lot of times he has the better angle on that, as we do from up here, actually. We have a much better angle than they do down there. Sometimes, depending on what side of the field you stand on or where you're standing.
And this has been the best drive so far for the Foxcroft Academy offense. Coming out of halftime, very good adjustments by this offensive group to come out and put together their best drive of the game so far. Seavey gets the play call in from his brother, who was a phenomenal quarterback.
I know, right?
There.
That works out kind of cool for them, right?
Yep.
His brother, gets to call some of the plays for his brother. That's just an awesome thing.
Seavey with Finn Holmes to his left, trips to the top of your screen, and we're going to go to Aiden Sickler to the top of your screen, and it's going to be a hitch route and a very good run after catch there to make it a second and manageable here. Very good. Staying ahead of the change here, Foxcroft Academy. You know, I think a lot of coaches know that when they go to trips to sand side that there's going to be a screen coming at some point. They like to run that jailbreak screen to Lucas, but a very good play call there, getting Aiden Sickler, a very capable receiver, into the mix here. Sickler just a junior for this Foxcroft Academy offense. And Jaden Hack, again, making his first start at center. And we can't really tell on offense, no bad snaps so far. He's done a very good job snapping it back to Seavey. Snap goes back. It's going to be an ISO run to Seavey, and he's going to be bounced to the outside, and the Hermon Hawk defense all over that. Boy, that pursuit is there, and they gang tackle well.
Certainly do. All you saw was Seavey trying to take off to run, and then all you saw was white jerseys.
You know, Foxcroft has had success on this drive running between the tackles. And on that play, I believe it was an ISO play to get into the interior and then bounced outside. And Hermon has very good team speed on defense. And so as you saw there, so I expect Foxcroft to continue to stay in between the tackles when they run the ball, at least as we go in this third quarter on a turning and churning a third quarter clock. We're inside of 8 minutes and 25 seconds here at Foxcroft Academy. Hermon Hawks up 7-6. Foxcroft driving, though, but a very key 3rd down and 6. And Foxcroft going to their tight trip bunch sets. Let's see if they go to a sweep here to Landon Smith. Nope, it's going to be fake, and they're going to pass it. They're looking for a crossing route to Lucas Sands. Off his back foot, it's going to be intercepted. In the open field is number 11, Owen Lang, makes a move. Oh, my goodness, what a huge play. And there's going to be a flag on the play. Did not see what happened after that, but boy,
was there a late hit on the sideline possibly, or maybe a taunting or something? I'm not sure.
Didn't see, but boy, oh boy, Owen Lane, the junior.
Personal foul, late hit out of bounds on Foxcroft. So, boy, that really hurts.
Intercepted it inside the 20. Had a great return, and not on top of that 15-yard penalty is going to put the Hermon Hawks in plus territory.
Boy, hasn't that kid played well in the secondary tonight, huh?
That he's battled with Lucas Sands, obviously the touchdown, but he has had great. I mean, he's on an island out there, and man defense is one of the hardest things to do in football, to play man defense as a defensive back, and he's done well. He's done well tonight. Hermon, after making some adjustments at halftime, come out in their T formation. They got Yao to the left, and they're going to go to Yo, and Largay picks up a block, but getting into the backfield and making contact, and Yo dragging for a gain of 0 right there. Getting into the backfield is number 54, Aiden Bryant. He's coming off that right side. He just has phenomenal quickness at the defensive end position. It's really tough. That was an ISO play to the right, and Bryant coming from his defensive end position all the way to make that tackle. And it was actually a gain of 1. I apologize.
And this is, his first start, Evan Seavey. Maybe in that situation, if you're a coach, you might want to see him just throw that ball away, rather than throw off his back foot like that.
He was looking for Lucas Sands coming across the formation, but he threw it off his back foot.
Yep.
A lot of coaches really try to preach not to do that. And it's going to be a handoff on the inside by Yo. It's going to make it a 3rd and medium here.
I thought, too, the biggest things really is in football, especially if you throw the ball like that off your back foot with your momentum kind of going backwards, it never really ends good. Not usually, it doesn't. I've seen it work, but it doesn't usually work. Or throwing across the field.
Sure.
That's another one that.
In high school especially, I mean, NFL, you see the guys do it all the time. And
they're pros.
Yeah, and CB wants to make a play there. He does want to make a play there. And just for him, unfortunate, and for the Hermon Hawks, huge play. It's going to be Griffin Dutton on a jet sweep to the top of your swing, makes a great cut into the open field, gets popped, but not until he gets a first down for this Hermon Hawk offense, keeping the chains moving after a huge defensive play. They are able to move the chains.
Yeah, all the way down to the Foxcroft 30 now, and Dutton, I tell you, continues what he did last season. He's a playmaker.
Oh, has a nice cut up field, really. He's working the perimeter well there, pressing to the sideline, and made a cut up the field. Very important to get that first down.
He can do it. You know, he can stretch the field as well in the secondary, too.
Only a couple of touches for him today, but that was a key one.
Yep, certainly was.
Foxcroft is a very, passing defense is really, they really don't give up a lot. And so Dutton to the bottom of the field, and they're going to run a guard trap to Yo after a fake handoff to Hopkins, and not much doing there, if anything. Very good play by big Lucian Pearl. And number 67, Caleb Worthing. Caleb Worthing, the grandson of defensive coordinator Gary Worthing, getting some action here in the second half for Foxcroft Academy, playing defensive end on the top side of your screen, number 67. So 2nd and 10 here. Be interesting to see what Hermon decides to draw up. Staying in their spread, doubles. Griffin, Dutton, the slot to the bottom. Hopkins, the slot to the top. Yo, the lone running back in the backfield with Curtis, and they're going to run a guard trap. And Yao, very physical run. Boy. Both sides there, linebacker and running back. What an aggressive play on.
You know, and Hermon's doing exactly one of the, what we mentioned is one of the keys for the second half. Letting that clock just churn and churn and churn.
It's interesting on that play there. Both tackles, I think it was a miscommunication. Both of them pulled to trap the same player, but it worked out for Hermon there.
Down to under 5 minutes now left in the third quarter.
And here we go. We're going doubles to each side, twins to each side, and we have Dutton to the bottom and Hopkins to the top. Yo to the right of Curtis. Curtis trying to get the snap. He's going to have a fake handoff. He's going to look to the top of the screen, and Landon Smith, like Dikembe Mutombo in his prime, throwing that to the sideline. Almost could have taken that for 6 if he got both hands on it. But again, a fundamental player is not going to risk the ball getting through for a first down just to try to intercept the pass.
4th down now here for Hermon. And that finally stopped the clock. They've done well with clock management this game.
You know, I do like the play there. And it was a hitch and it was open just a little bit quicker. Release would have been there really good. And again, the defense is schooled extremely well. It's tough to pass on this defense. Anything in the short game. We got split backs in the backfield. Largay to the left. And they're going to try to, for a screen, Curtis is going to roll out. And Landon Smith is going to hit the quarterback hard out of bounds. What a back-to-back plays by the senior captain, Landon Smith. You can see that coming from up here, the collision. Curtis wanted to make a play for his team, but Landon Smith and hot pursuit there. So 2 big defensive plays. On 4th down, Foxcroft Academy is able to stop Hermon. And then, of course, Owen Lang and if anything, that pick puts Foxcroft back inside their own territory for field possession, and they're going to have to use that clock to get to the end zone here. On their second possession of the second half, they're going to go double. Twins to each side. You have Lucas Sands and Aiden Harvey to the bottom. Simon Terzic and to the top of the screen, and Finn Holmes is going to come to a guard trap play, and he's going to carry defenders for a 5-yard gain. They've been working that motion here a little bit more in the second half to where you have that jet sweep. And they've been using that as a decoy a lot and using a lone running back. And, again, the 2 running backs, Landon Smith and Finn Holmes, both very successful in their careers here. But they're really only going to 1 at a time in the backfield, and that seems to open up more running lanes for the Foxcroft Academy Ponies. Evan Seavey getting the play into the huddle. Again, this Hermon Hawk defense playing at a very high level to start the season so far. And they're going to have doubles, twins to each side. Finn Holmes to the left, Harvey in motion from the bottom of your screen to the top, and it's going to be a quarterback keep on a counter play. And what a tackle there by middle linebacker Justin Largay. Boy, did he read that well.
That was a great play. He's had a great game.
On both sides of the ball, boy, he
Yeah,
is really the heart and soul of that team right now. Blocking at fullback, playing right guard, playing middle linebacker. He's made a number of plays, unsung, right? Doesn't get the ball too much, and you don't get all the glory on the line, but he has been phenomenal tonight. Huge third down and 3.5 for the Foxcroft Academy Ponies. Be interesting to see where they go to here. If they go through the air, keep it on the ground, which again was one of your keys to the second half. Can they get this run game going, which they have at times in big plays? And so we're going to have, again, doubles, receivers, and it's going to be a read play, and it's going to be Finn Holmes breaking a tackle. But again, this Hermon Hawk defense, boy, in pursuit. And on that play, it's going to be number 14, Dylan Yo, making the play on the outside. It's going to bring up 4th down and 2.5, and I think it's probably the right call here for Danny White and company deep inside of their own territory. They're going to go and punt the ball here. Lucas Sands, the punter. They're going to bring Griffin Dutton and Hopkins back. We saw Kyle Gallant gamble on the first drive of the game on a fake punt. Let's see.
I don't believe you'll see that here by the Ponies. I don't believe. But it also shocked us on the Hermon fake punt in the first quarter. So never know, I guess.
That was a little closer towards the midfield.
It was. So. It was. Yeah, this is danger territory to try to pull off something like that.
And that ball is, I think, tipped at the line. It's going to roll into,
I think he might have just shanked it off the side of his foot.
Hermon territory. Yeah, it might have been. And so great field position here for the Hermon Hawks, having the ball at their own 46-yard line. With 1:47 to go here in the second half, let's hear from our sponsors.
Are you hungry for seafood, Charles?
Always.
Anglers has you covered. Fried clams, haddock, lobster rolls, and all your main favorites. Dine in or call ahead for easy takeout. Visit anglerseafoodrestaurant.com. Main fans know it's always Anglers time.
I will say whenever we have any relatives around coming up from the south, almost always go to Anglers. It's a good time. It's good food there.
Yep.
We'll make the drive down there.
And very big portions as well. Yeah, they give healthy portions, that's for sure. You go there. You don't leave there still hungry, that's for sure.
Going back to the tee. They're going to give it to Largay up the middle, and he's going to fall forward for a gain of 2. And again, Largay, we just talked about on the last drive, such an important piece of this offense and defense. And it's seemingly like they're going to go to the tee. It's going to be inside of 1:30 here on a turning third quarter clock, and I think Coach Gallant is going to take this on this drive to the fourth quarter if he can hold it. Let's see if Curtis, the quarterback, starts to really play that clock. That back judge to the left of your screen is going to, in Maine, there is no play clock in and on the field for the quarterback, so for him to really play it, he has to use the back judge. And look, but they don't do that. They're going to go to Hopkins on the left side. He has some space, and boy, what a physical run that was, taking Foxcroft Academy Ponies all the way to the Foxcroft 46-yard line, and it's going to be 3rd and 3. And again,
and the light just went out again.
It did. And
I'm wondering who's turning on and off the light switch up here as I look over at Toby Nelson.
So it's going to be, they're going to have to run one more play here in the third quarter. I assume it's going to be a run play to take them to the fourth. And so Hermon will be in the fourth quarter going to your left to right to where we have good lighting. But for the final play here of the third quarter, they're going to be going into the darkness. It's just a little bit more dark. It's not complete pitch black out there. So they're going to go with the tee here, and it's going to be a handoff to Hopkins, trying that left side to get a huge hole, and it's going to be Aiden Sickler trying to make the tackle, but it's going to be Hopkins all the way in the end zone for a Hermon Hawk touchdown. Boy, with 11.8 seconds to go, Hermon goes up 2 scores here, 13-6.
47-yard run. Yep. What a big play there.
A couple of key blocks on that play. And again, Largay set that. But on the left side there, you got to give a shout out to Scott Tubbs, the guard, who comes in when Largay goes back in the tee. And then Jacob Merzen had a huge block on that run. And to kick the PAT is freshman number 12, Ethan Garner for Hermon, trying to go up 14-6. Foxcroft with a key block, actually, in this game. That was Lucas Sands. And we're going to keep it here. So if Hermon makes that field goal, they're up 8 points, and Foxcroft will have to score a touchdown and get a 2-point conversion. What a huge play that was by Foxcroft to block that kick and keep it a 7-point game. Very manageable for Foxcroft
and
Academy
into the darkened end of the field.
Yeah.
I couldn't pick up the number.
It was
Lucas.
Lucas.
It
Sands,
was,
yep.
okay. Yeah, Lucas Sands. Boy, I've said that name a few times tonight.
Yeah. So
might have to lean on him again here.
Again,
third quarter into the fourth.
It'll be interesting to see what Foxcroft does on offense, whether or not they continue to hit the ground here or they go through the air in the fourth quarter. I said that was going to be the last play of the quarter when Hermon ran that play, not expecting them to get to score a touchdown. But, boy, that was a huge hole on the left side that allowed junior Sam Hopkins, and this is a returning all-league guy, offensive utility, and he has played well on both offense and defense tonight. And
you just never know in sports. I want to go back to a basketball game we were doing in Milo last year where one of our other play-by-play guys, Zach White, said that's how the third quarter is going to end. I believe it was the third quarter, maybe another quarter, but guy hit like a full-court shot right at the end. You just never know what's going to happen in the final second.
Especially in the first week of the season. And, boy, what a game this has been so far. And Hermon kicking from your right to left into the darkness with one of the lights out here, and I guarantee they're going to pooch it again to the left side, and it's going to be Aiden Sickler catching that ball, and he's going to work that left side, breaks a tackle, looking for space, prodding the defense, and he's going to take it up to the 37-yard line. So with 6.1 seconds here to go in the third quarter, the Foxcroft Academy offense will come on the field trailing 13-6.
Even though there's only 6 seconds, if you're Foxcroft, you kind of might want to try to do something here, working more into the light.
Sure, yeah, 100%.
Might be more difficult going the other way.
I have to assume passing the ball is going to affect the passing game quite a bit going into the darkness.
Could also happen to a defender,
sure,
too.
Yeah, absolutely.
Affect them as well.
Any passing game on both sides. And Hermon goes to a too-high look. They have a motion. Foxcroft does, and they're going to give a jet sweep to Simon Terzic. He's going to turn up the field. Then he's going to work the ladder outside, and that's going to be a 5-yard gain. Again, working that ladder is something that is a forgotten art in football. But that's going to take us to the end of the third quarter. Hermon Hawks on top of Foxcroft Academy Ponies, 13-6, and we're going to hear a word from our sponsors.
And softball training facility has the perfect gift for the budding all-star on your holiday shopping list. Give the gift of training. Sluggers offers both group and one-on-one lessons for all levels. Give the gift of experience. From batting cages to advanced technology, Sluggers is the perfect place to get practice and improve skills. Give the gift of competition. Joining a travel team at Sluggers is a great way to learn and grow with new friends. You're sure to hit it out of the park when you give the gift of Sluggers.
Brothers Meats is a family-owned and operated business located in Guilford, Maine. We operate a local retail meat market along with a slaughterhouse, smokehouse, and processing plants. Herring Brothers has all sorts of meats from already pre-cut all the way to cutting it right on the spot for you. Also, while you're there, don't forget to try their wicked good beef jerky that is made right in Guilford, Maine. Call them at 207-876-4395 or visit them at 346 Water Street Monday through Saturday.
Welcome back to the campus of Foxcroft Academy. And a few more words from our sponsors.
Yeah, I want to tell you about our presenting sponsor, actually. That's Hammond Lumber. They're a fourth-generation family-owned company with over 900 dedicated employees around 22 locations in Maine and New Hampshire. They're a trusted Maine building supply service and materials company, serving the industry since 1953.
And we're going to have twins to both sides of the field. You're going to have it's going to be a handoff. It's going to be a guard trap to Finn Holmes, and he is carrying defenders into Hermon Hawk territory. And Finn Holmes has had a lot of success on the ground, normally in chunk plays tonight. Let's see if Foxcroft can get a consistent drive going here on the ground. And it's from a single back spread look that they've been able to have success running on the ground, whether it's motioning a slot receiver over, and right there it was just a straight guard trap right into the middle of the defense.
I wouldn't say it's a must at this point, but this is a huge drive for
Huge drive.
The way that Hermon's controlled the clock.
And here is a wide receiver screen to Aiden Sickler, and it's a couple of good blocks that's going to get him even deeper into Hermon territory. Normally, we see that to Lucas Sands. That's a staple of this offense. And now giving it to Sickler. Really great blocks out there by Simon Tursick and Aiden Harvey, excuse me. And that's a key play right there. As another chunk play by Foxcroft going deeper into Hermon Hawk territory. It's going to be 1st and 10 for this Pony offense, which seems to be getting its legs under them right at the right time here with a turning 4th quarter clock. Under 11 minutes and 10 seconds to go here. Doubles, Twins to each side. Landon Smith in the backfield, and it's going to be a guard trap to the right side, and Landon Smith is loose into the Hermon Hawk secondary. Inside the red zone goes Landon Smith, and 3 chunk plays to open up the 4th quarter here. I will say in the second half, both teams have cleaned up the penalties a lot outside of a late hit for Foxcroft.
Yeah, it has been very crisp on both sides. And very crisp first 3 plays of this drive by the Ponies as well.
Same formation, Landon Smith to the right side. Evan Steven takes a snap. It's going to be a handoff trying the left side. A great cut by Landon Smith. He's going to get to the outside, trips over his own feet. Boy, did he have some daylight there. A couple of good cuts by Landon Smith.
He might have taken that one in. He hadn't tripped up. But
impressive individual effort, but also a good effort by the offensive line there on the left side. And, boy, they are moving down the field.
Boy, to pick up numbers from here, I would say your eyes are a whole lot better than mine.
And we are going to have the same formation they've been going. We got Twins to each side. Aiden Harvey to the right at slot. Lucas Sands up top of your screen. Finn Holmes to the left of Evan Seavey. And it's going to be a fake handoff on the jet sweep. Guard trap up the middle. And a good play there by the Hermon Hawk defense to hold Finn Holmes to a couple yards there. It's going to be a key 3rd down and 2. It's going to be a long 2 here.
Looks like they were trying to cause some confusion there on the Hermon defense that time with like a guy that came in motion there and tried to fool them on who they were going to hand the ball off to, but didn't work that time.
They've been doing that quite a bit, just the faking on the jet sweep there and then hitting with a guard trap or counter back the other way. So 3rd down and a long 2, let's call it. Hermon. Let's see what. I think they're going cover 0 here. So they're bringing in an extra linebacker in the box. Nope. They're going to have a linebacker over top. And it's going to be Evan Seavey on an ISO. Quarterback run to the left. And a really good play there by Hermon to grab him. And that's going to be number 60.
He's going to be short, too.
Tyler
I think he might have got a yard, but he's going to be a yard short, I believe.
I think you're correct. Tyler Slate, the bottom side defensive end, had a very good play grabbing the jersey of Seavey. It was a quarterback ISO to the bottom of your screen. And Slate did a great job getting past the would-be blocker and tackling Seavey short of the mark. And I think we're going to have an officials timeout here, and we're going to have a measurement possibly.
Yeah, good time to thank all of our sponsors: Hammond Lumber Company, Rouse Garage and Car Wash, Heron Brothers Meats, Governor's Restaurant, Angler's Restaurant, Gordon Contracting Incorporated, Sluggers Training Facility, Black Bear Crane, Ideal Energy Solutions, Millside Fitness LLC, Jamie Gilbert, Associate Broker with Next Home Experience, and Roundy's Paving. We want to thank all those sponsors.
And it is the 4th quarter here at Foxcroft Academy. 8:52 on the clock. Should be a turning 3rd quarter clock. That was an officials timeout here, and the clock is rolling here. Huge 4th down here for Foxcroft Academy in the red zone. And
are they installing lights over here with a tractor?
They are. They got a tractor coming on, and they're installing a big lighting system here. But we got Twins to each side, and one of the most important plays of the game. And Coach Gallant, I believe, is coming in to call timeout here. Didn't like what he saw there from his defensive formations.
Tell me if you've ever seen anything like this before.
It's something out of a movie here. So on the bottom of our screen, if our awesome cameraman Colton Coro is going to get it for us, you're going to see some lights being put in on the bottom of the field, and it's just going to add some lighting down here for the players on the field. But looking into it, I have to assume it's going to be a little blinding because normally the lights are 100 or so feet up in the air, and this is at eye level here. So Foxcroft Academy administration really working hard to get better lighting.
I'm going to go up a little bit. Yeah.
Well, 10, 15 feet.
Yeah.
And timeout, though, by Kyle Gallant and the Hermon Hawk defense. Huge play in this game with 8:35 on the 4th quarter clock. Obviously, if you're Foxcroft Academy, on 4th and short, normally you say run it. Could be some misdirection here, maybe with the motion. Foxcroft has not been under center all game And I'm assuming Hermon wanting to call timeout to get their big package in on defense. They're heavy personnel.
This light almost looks like it could be blinding, though, too, at the
Exactly.
same time.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know what's better, having the no lights or the light that you're trying to install.
Trips to the top of your screen. Here we go. A huge fourth down play in this game here. Evan Seavey in shotgun. It's going to be a handoff to Finn Holmes. He's going to try the right side, and he's going to be stopped in the backfield.
Huge play by the Hawks.
And it's going to be, of course, number 57, Justin Largay, but also number 9, Connor McAlpin, a junior. Boy, what a big play in this game with 8:31 on the fourth quarter clock. Hermon is able to stop Foxcroft Academy inside the 10-yard line on fourth down. And at this point, right, obviously it's a huge momentum swing, but if you can withstand that momentum on defense for Foxcroft, you're really gonna have another opportunity to score. But if you're Hermon, take that momentum and get a couple of first downs here and continue to work that clock.
Yeah, you mentioned the Largay, the game he's had, and that was Connor McAlpine with the also with the tackle there for Hermon to make that big fourth down stop. And Hermon's got the ball now deep in their own territory. Under 8.5 minutes to go here.
And we do know that the quarter is not working on our screen here. So, again, it is the fourth quarter. It's something on the graphic that we cannot fix here. A little technical difficulty, but it is the fourth quarter, and the clock is rolling inside of 8 minutes and 10 seconds to go. We want to thank, again, our producer, Mark Cowden, and our cameraman, Colton Coro. And it is going to be in the T formation here for Hermon. You got the split backs out, and it's going to be Hopkins and Yo. And then, of course, you're going to have Largay at fullback. And here we go. Hopkins is waiting for that back judge to get the clock inside of 5 seconds. It's going to be Hopkins from the left side. He has a lane, and here he goes. He gets to the secondary of the Foxcroft Academy defense. One man to beat, and there's nobody that is going to catch Hopkins. What another
93 yards.
play.
93 yards.
Boy, you cannot say enough from this line, but that is two game-breaking plays by Sam Hopkins, number 16, the junior. Got into that secondary, and it was straight line drive from there. What a huge play in this game. Hermon up 19-6 with 7:27 here to go in the fourth quarter. And the Hermon sideline excited about that play. Number 12, Ethan Gardner, the freshman, coming in to kick. Last PAT was blocked by the Foxcroft Academy Ponies. And this time Gardner gets it up through the uprights, and it's going to be good. And so score here, and we're gonna keep it here at Foxcroft as a huge play just happened, Chris. A 90-plus yard touchdown run by the Hermon Hawks to make this a two-possession game here, 20-6. And the key to the game in the second half and the key to the game early on, could Hermon control the ball? And certainly not only could they control the ball, but they're getting huge chunk plays for touchdowns, which right now is the difference in this game.
Yeah, they come up with a huge defensive stop, and then Hopkins up the far sideline. And once he got into that second gear, there was no catching him, 93 yards. Unbelievable opening game. Obviously, we still got some football left here tonight, but Hermon's they've looked really, really good, really solid all around.
They're the front seven of their defense, and then their offense. I mean, they have and their skill guys, the running backs, Yo and of course Hopkins have had such a great game. And Gardner back to kick off this to see if Foxcroft has adjusted to the pooch kick. You got Simon Terzic to the top of your screen and in the area to where they have been pooching. And Aiden Sickler to the bottom of your screen right around the Foxcroft Academy 40-yard line. I think the lights have also come back on here on the left side.
For now. We've got the backup lights out there as well.
Every little bit helps, and Gardner approaches, kicking from your left to right, and he's going to kick a deep here. Landon Smith is going to get it and bobble it right around his 16-yard line, and he's going to look for a lane to the outside on the left side, looking for some blockers, and he gets tackled out of bounds at the Foxcroft Academy 32-yard line. Good coverage there by the Hermon Hawks.
Yeah, that was Connor McAlpine, who also helped on that fourth down stop for Hermon last time they were on defense. And boy, what a game breaker.
Hermon has not, Foxcroft has been the class of the North since I've been here and in football. And Hermon you've seen them climb and climb as a program themselves, and they have not been able to get over the Foxcroft hump. And right now, do not hold your breath if you're a Hermon Hawks fan, because you are up 20-6 here in the fourth quarter. Huge drive here for junior Evan Seavey and this Foxcroft Academy offense, and they're going to go to their twins formation on each side.
Timeout here? Okay.
And they're going to, beg your pardon, Terzic is now going to the top of your screen.
They're now forced kind of into a passing game now.
Yeah, and last drive they had chunk plays, and that's really what you need here. Fake handoff, Seavey going to the air, and it's going to be intercepted. And guess who? It is Hopkins, and he's going to the outside, and he has one man to beat, and he's going to run out of bounds. And
and he was pushed late too. Yep. That penalty there by Foxcroft as well is going to add half the distance to the goal line right there.
Boy.
Late hit out of bounds. Yeah. Boy, what a game by Hopkins. Boy, we could go up and down the list of players of the game for this game, but boy, there's several on the Hermon side, that's for sure.
Obviously, Largay and Hopkins, but I don't know how you can take away the two long touchdown runs and then obviously that interception. Hopkins has really developed into a huge
We won't make it
player
official yet. There's still time on the clock, but we got to start thinking about that. But another big play by Hopkins. And again, a personal foul is going to make that half the distance of the goal line here.
And you're going to need right now, Foxcroft, you're now first and goal inside the 10-yard line. You're going to need a stop here. I don't think they're going to start burning timeouts yet on first stops, but that clock is 7:07 on the clock in the fourth quarter. It is something to keep an eye on here as the seconds are going to start ticking down here in the fourth quarter. They're going to go to Largay up the middle, and he's going to get a decent push for maybe 2 yards, which is huge from the 7-yard line. Makes up second and goal from the 5, a little bit more manageable. I think they're going to stay here in the T. And, you have a seasoned veteran at Dylan Yo, the running back, but you also have Hopkins, and he's like a Swiss Army knife for this Hermon Hawk offense. He's a receiver. He's a running back. He does it all there.
You're in no hurry here if you're Hermon.
No.
That's for sure.
No,
you can run it down every time if you want.
Ethan Curtis is just a junior, but he's a veteran quarterback. Has played since he was a freshman at times, and he is going to look at that back judge in the back of the end zone, and he holds his hand up. That means there's 10 seconds remaining, and then once he starts counting down from there, it's 5 seconds. They give it to Largay up the middle. Again, surges maybe for a yard. So it's going to bring up third and goal from the 4-yard line.
Yeah, no sense of urgency here from Hermon. You don't have to.
No, theoretically you got, it's interesting. Fullback dive, and then on fourth down maybe something else. But you could take this well within 5 minutes here. It's on a turning clock here, and it's 5:55 and counting. So if you have
you
two
don't
more
necessarily
plays,
even have to go for it on fourth down. You might try a field goal from here.
Yep. But with the 2-possession game, that would make it a 3-possession game for Foxcroft Academy. So we go from the T here, and it's going to be Yo to the right side. He gets a great push from that offensive line, and he gets into the end zone for another Hermon Hawk touchdown. And boy, what a sequence of events that we've had here at Foxcroft Academy.
Still 5.5 minutes on the clock, but boy, that feels like a dagger for sure, going up by 3 scores.
It's 26-6 here, and again, Foxcroft Academy is driving to tie the game, but just with around 11 minutes to go here in the fourth quarter, and just a few minutes after that, we are here 26-6 with Gardner, the freshman, kicking a field goal to go up 27-6 here. And the ball is blocked by Lucas Sands, and we're going to take a deep breath here at Foxcroft Academy. Score 26-6 with 5:34 left. We're going to hear a word from our sponsors.
Browse Garage in Dover Foxcroft to discover the difference between walking into a local dealership versus a big dealer that uses high-pressure tactics the second you drive onto the lot. From selling you a vehicle, to servicing your vehicle, Raoul's Garage will treat you like you are the only customer. While you're there, check out their state-of-the-art automatic car wash. Raoul's Garage, call them at 207-564-3434 or visit them at 191 East Main Street in Dover, Foxcroft, Maine. Raoul's Garage in Dover, Foxcroft to discover the difference between walking into a local dealership versus a big dealer that uses high-pressure tactics the second you drive onto the lot. From selling you a vehicle to servicing your vehicle, Raoul's Garage will treat you like you are the only customer. While you're there, check out their state-of-the-art automatic car wash. Raoul's Garage, call them at...
Welcome back here to Foxcroft Academy. Hermon up 26-6 on top of the Foxcroft Academy Ponies. And Hermon now kicking off from your left to right. Another pooch kick. This one's going to go to Aiden Harvey. Going to catch it around the 25-yard line, looking for a block on that left side. Actually, that's Preston Hutchinson, I beg your pardon. He's going to take it up to the 38-yard line of in Foxcroft territory. And it will, with 5:28 on the clock here in the fourth quarter, again, Hermon up 26-6. Evan Seavey is going to go in still at quarterback. There was some talk possibly about Simon Terzic getting a couple of snaps here or there, depending on the down and situation.
I wonder if you see him at all here late in the game or going to stay with...
He's, again, utility guy slot at the bottom of your screen.
Yep.
Foxcroft going doubles here. Finn Holmes to the left of Seavey. And it's going to be a handoff to Holmes on the left side, and it's going to be tackled for no gain.
For the most part, really the story of this game has been Hermon has made some great plays. Obviously, offensively, Max Hopkins has had some huge plays.
Yeah.
But the defensive line of Hermon is what has made the difference in this game.
I agree. The front seven have been dominant here.
Yep.
You know, Foxcroft has had a couple of chunk plays. Finn Holmes got loose, and then they had the drive where they got stopped in 4th and goal there, where they had a number of good runs back to back to back. But outside of that, it's been really tough sledding for this Foxcroft Academy running game. And they go doubles again. Stevie gets the ball back, and he bobbles the snap. He's going to throw it out to Terzic, who cannot snag it with one hand. And they're fortunate to not have a lineman down the field on that one. Now it's a 3rd and 9 with 4:39 to go here in the fourth quarter.
And other than the one touchdown from Sands, where he made it had to be a perfect throw and a perfect catch by Sands, the secondary of the Hawks has also been very solid.
A couple of interceptions, huge interceptions. Remember, Foxcroft was driving on their very first possession of the second half deep into Hermon Hawk territory, and then Owen Lang, the junior defensive back, made a huge play in that secondary. And now Hermon Hawks going with the too high look, wanting to keep everything in front of them, forcing the Foxcroft Academy Ponies to run clock. Harvey gets the jet sweep to the bottom of the field. He's going to get out of bounds, but a minimal gain, 4 yards on the play. Is going to bring up 4th and 5, 4th and 4.
4th down and 5 from the 44.
This is kind of the ball game right here.
If Foxcroft wants a miracle here, down 3 scores, they are going to obviously need this 4th down conversion here. 4th and 5. You got a lot of weapons to deal with here in the medium passing game. But remember, on 4th and 9, Coach Gallant and Hermon went to a counter play, a run play in the first half. So you never know what the coaches decide to do. Defense obviously expecting a pass here. And CV here is going to pass it, looking for Sickler at the bottom of your screen, goes outside of his hands. And that's going to be a turnover on downs for the Foxcroft Academy Ponies.
With 3:45 left in the game, Charles, I'm going to name Sam Hopkins from Hermon as our player of the game. 2 touchdowns. He had a 93-yard touchdown run, and then an interception that led to another Hawks score that really kind of put this game away. So we're going to name Sam Hopkins our player of the game. We don't have a presenting sponsor for that right now. If you are interested in sponsoring our player of the game, reach out to Mark at easternmainsports@gmail.com, and you can help us out with that.
And, Eastern Maine Sports is going to present that player of the game. And Hopkins obviously has had a phenomenal game. And the entire Hermon Hawks team has played extremely well, including this guy right here at fullback and linebacker and right guard, Justin Lorgay. Boy, he has, again, the linemen and linebackers, unsung heroes, and he has played extremely well. But there's no way you can't give it to Hopkins with the touch, the huge plays.
And Foxcroft, obviously, they're going to try to bounce back next week. And, that sets up what could be a very interesting Week 2 matchup with Wells against Hermon next week. Could be a very, very, very interesting matchup for sure.
Absolutely.
If Hermon plays like this, I think they might be right there.
If Hermon can use their very seasoned offensive line to control the ball as
what
they
their defensive line has done has been amazing.
And so Foxcroft here on defense, and you're going to have Sam Hopkins to the left side. He's going to find another hole, a huge gap play. It's going to be a 13-yard gain by Hopkins, adding to his total as he inches towards 200 yards rushing on the night.
I was going to say he's got to be up to 200 or close to it.
He's close to it. I think he's right under the clip. But
we'll get those official stats out to you later. I'll have a recap up on our Facebook page later of this game on Eastern Maine Sports, so people can read official, unofficial. I don't know. They're coming from Toby Nelson, so I guess they're official stats.
They're about as official as they can get, I tell you what.
Toby, the guru of Ponyland up here in Dover.
The clock turning inside of 2 minutes and 20 seconds. Ethan Curtis, a junior quarterback, is going to wait for that back judge to raise his hand to signal inside of 10 seconds on the play clock. And who do they go to? It's going to be Hopkins, of course, and he's going to be into the secondary once again for another chunk play, 15 yards inside.
He's got 200 by now. He's got 200. He's got to have 200.
Boy.
Yeah.
What a game he is putting together.
Just the 2 runs, and then you add the 90. Just the 2 runs this drive, and then add the 93-yarder in. That's like 140, 150 right there.
We are under 2 minutes to go here at Foxcroft Academy.
Although Foxcroft did a good job in the first half of slowing that down, it's been really the second half that Hermon's been able to do a little bit better with the chunk plays.
Yeah. And here is the greatest formation in football, the victory formation. And Yo and Hopkins are going to surround the quarterback, Curtis. He's going to wait for the back judge to raise his hand, and he's going to take the snap, and he's going to take a knee. Clock now inside of 1:23. It's going to be second down. They can run this all the way down to 2-0, of course. And again, cannot understate it. What an opening victory for the Hermon Hawks that this will be. 26-6 here over Foxcroft Academy.
Just want to take a minute to thank all of our sponsors once again for the end of this broadcast. Hammond Lumber Company, Rouse Garage and Car Wash, Herring Brothers Meats, Governor's Restaurant, Angler's Restaurant, Gordon Contracting Incorporated, Sluggers Training Facility, Black Bear Crane, Ideal Energy Solutions, Millside Fitness LLC, Jamie Gilbert, Associate Broker with Next Home Experience, and Roundy's Paving. Thanks to all those to help make these broadcasts free and available to everybody at home.
And again,
thanks to my broadcast partner here, Charles Beal, tonight, and it's been fun. Opening week of high school football. We'll be back soon on the air.
Absolutely, Chris. Also want to thank the producer tonight, Mark Cownan, and then of course the camera guy, which is the unsung hero up here, is Colton Coro, doing a great job with the camera. And that is going to take the clock inside of the play clock, and it's under 20 seconds now. You can see both teams going towards the middle of the field here as they shake hands.
The season opener, the Hermon Hawks 26, and the Foxcroft Academy Ponies 6.
Yeah, just want to just do a last couple words here. Charles, what you saw was allowed Hermon to win this game?
So it's a good question. The keys of the game was their offensive line, but I think they made fewer mistakes today. Yeah. With the turnover games. They made fewer mistakes and made key plays in key moments, and that is what took them over the top. Obviously, Hopkins and his chunk plays, touchdowns, and then the turnovers for the Foxcroft Academy Ponies were just ultimately too much to overcome with the 2 interceptions and the turnover on downs.
I thought overall, Hermon's defensive line played fantastic and made the difference in the game. And then when they needed them to, the offensive line in the second half really wore down the Ponies.
And you could tell there by the chunk plays. But, again, this is the first night of football in the state of Maine, and we appreciate you so much for being with us here at Eastern Maine Sports. And from the booth, I'm Charles Beal. and my co-host Chris Lesnar, we're going to say good night.